After Thulian descended on us, he waved away the sun door, revealing 8 mages ready for battle. Victor's paragon sprinted towards them and sealed off the hallway with a wall of ice. Thulian waved his hand, causing the other me to change into a horrific chronomantic terror. Battle was inevitable. This time, Thulian would not survive. My mind raced through potential escape routes he may try. While my eyes were trained on Thulian, the other me erupted with magic, hitting my friends, Victor taking the brunt of it. This multiversal monster moved, dropping behind echoes of itself, different versions of him, or rather us, echoes of other paths we could have taken. I sprinted past the roiling version of me. I don't think I could bring myself to hurt myself. I fired an arrow at Thulian, but a magical shield rippled and deflected it away. Bolt, Eve, Sarah, and Victor teamed up fighting the aberration, their attacks well-timed and effective, aided by the blessing of Eve's nature gods. Thulian cast some spell that affected my mind, causing me to retreat. As I ran away, an echo of myself attacked me, cracking me in the head with a baking utensil. I was able to regain my wits. I'm no stranger to Thulian's mind games. The Ezra beast hit me with a blast of energy. I could feel my strength leaving me and it absorbing me. A horrible voice rang out in my mind, trying to convince me to join it. I blacked out. When I came to, Eve was standing over me with a glowing magical aura. For a split second, I swear I could see a burning forest behind her. I wrote it off, as I was just unconscious. I felt my strength return and my mind snap back to my objective, the death of Thulian. I stood up and brushed myself off, just in time for Thulian to make his fatal mistake. He teleported and landed invisibly somewhere near me. Bolt, however, quicker and smarter than Thulian could possibly be, cast fairy fire and engulfed him in a wreath of colorful energy. Sarah attacked him, drawing his attention. I put my bow away and drew my katana. In a clean blow, I wiped his head clean from his shoulders. His body crumpled to the floor. My friends continued fighting the aberrant version of me. Bolt was able to break through to the other me buried within. After the fighting was over, Victor sprinted to the ice wall, removing his paragon's weapon. This caused the wall to shatter, revealing a few more mages. Victor pelted them with daggers, dropping them. He rushed to the fallen friend to find her without a pulse. Sarah arrived and pulled the scroll of Revivify from her bag, reading the words and restoring life to the paragon. She shared her thanks, and our attention quickly shifted to stopping the Colossus. After investigating for a while, Bolt, Victor, and myself were able to find a hidden chamber in the throne containing a mechanism. We woke Ezra and found that we could stop it. Ezra and myself both stuck our hands inside the mechanism, pulling it apart, in turn stopping the Colossus in the Emerald Wilds. Ezra was apologetic and now saw the light. He wanted to make amends for his mistakes. Eve informed him of the villagers of Morrispend and the deal with the Brusk. We agreed that the best course of action would be to have Ezra facilitate their transfer to the Witheredbow tribe. He would also serve as the steward of the Temple of the Morai, containing the monsters and the Lich within. After an emotional farewell, Ezra portaled us back to Terrebonne. We trekked back to the Crestor estate and reported to our patron. We filled her in on all the details and asked her to keep her network of eyes and ears privy to information concerning Aventhi and a new headquarters for the Wayward Watch to lay down some roots.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 39 of Tales of Aneria. I hope I surprised everybody there with my randomly starting.
I wasn't on my phone. You were.
No, of course not. So, yeah. How's everybody doing tonight?
So good.
Okay.
My blood hurts.
Before we begin tonight, there was a very special request that you guys asked last time. And I provided you with some information. You guys were looking to get a base of operations of some kind. And I provided you with a, for better or worse, some retail listings that Mash was able to gather for you on Lady Crestor's behalf. And as part of your reward, or as your reward, she's offering 25,000 gold towards whatever building you guys decide on, and then whatever's left over is gold to split among the party.
I like the one with great curb appeal, the one with the 2 bathrooms.
Location.
Just 2?
Maybe we'll need more bathrooms.
Well, Bolt
have to
doesn't
add
need one
additional-
because...
That's true.
Yeah, 1.5 bath.
Yeah.
This one. Yeah.
Maybe
I might need
girl bath
one.
and a
I
boy
might
bath.
need one to make toilet alcohol in. So
someone goes in there.
Nice.
You can make sangria in the toilet.
perfect.
But you guys were able to pick between a few different options, including the Pale Dawn Estate, which is one of the old Greenwood houses here in Terrebonne. There's an unnamed fort out between Willow Creek Hollow and Bell's Watch, kind of in the forest area, that was used to belong to some bandits, but they were able to recover it, and they haven't been able to decide what to do with it yet. And then you've got Grimoire Hall, which is a set of basically apartments. It's just kind of an apartment complex in Salsport that used to belong to some scribes, or some scribe employees, rather. And then, of course, there is Tescadia's Tower of Trials, which is a secretive tower in Salsport that you need to hire some mercenaries, some very, very small but very wonderful mercenaries, in order to acquire the tower, because there's a lot of puzzles behind it. And you guys don't really have the time to do that. You're big, bad adventurers now.
And I have the littlest hope to gain that.
Exactly. So I kind of want everybody's opinion on this. What is everybody looking at? What is everybody liking? Kind of talk about what you guys think.
I think the best one to choose is the one that Cory obviously wants us to choose, which is
Tower
the
of
tower.
Terror. I do like that one. For
So
me,
outside of a
Sorcerer.
metagaming standpoint, though,
No, Salsport. We were talking about this at lunch today, actually.
Yeah.
Salsport seems like the most interesting place to be. I think. I don't know, Scott. You weren't there, but
you
like
never get invited to the meetings.
Well, you have to be, an alcoholic to get invited. So
Oh, right.
it's one of those.
it's one of those meetings.
and you need a sponsor.
Yeah,
And you guys don't even talk about alcoholism. You just
Right.
talk about.
we just talking about D&D.
It's how we deal with it.
D&D's your coping mechanism. Yeah. Replace one addiction with another. Got it.
Yeah,
It's
Just as
it's
expensive.
kind of it's got a little bit of a pirate town feel to it, like Terrebonne. Too many
Terrebonne's too
people.
clean.
Yeah,
It's too bougie.
like we want something a little seedier, maybe.
I do like the manor idea, but it was second on my list.
and it
behind
was
the
also
tower.
super expensive.
Yeah,
What was
I
first
agree.
on your list? The tower?
The tower.
Yeah.
Because out of all those, I was like, oh, I want to see what's inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Same, and we get to keep everything that's inside
Except
except
for-
for the one
There's an
item.
apartment complex, there's a manor, or there's this secret tower that has mysteries inside.
It could be anything. There could be a boat in there. You don't
and
know.
it's cheaper and a one shot.
Inside, it's a hoarder estate. Gosh dang it.
Yep. Okay. So it sounds like you guys have decided on Tescadia's Tower of Trials.
Right? And I think, it also had the benefit of not being particularly expensive, and we get to keep the rest of the money.
Yep.
that's
So
left
maybe
over,
we could
it's
make
like,
up our investment.
Yeah. Who knows?
We're gonna flip it. Yeah,
Or-
that's the
yeah.
plan. We're
That's
gonna,
it.
Yeah, we're gonna,
This is more storage.
We're going to literally flip the tower
Yep.
because it's a wizard tower.
We need,
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
we need,
Weird.
we need 10,000 in reserve for any major renovations.
It's gonna
that
be
we
way
need
more
to
than
do.
10,000.
Yeah, can we put some contingencies down until after we've done our inspection?
You've got 45,000 gold in contingency that you can save until after the Little Hopes reveal what's inside the tower. So I guess we'll be doing one shot for that coming up here pretty soon.
Tower.
Yeah. And who knows? Maybe that'll be next week. We'll see what the Little Hopes are up to. Yeah, because you'll
I'm
be
gonna
out of
be
town.
Spring break.
Yeah. Perfect timing. Almost as if I planned it that way. There was so much cool stuff in the mansion that you guys missed out on, though. So many secret rooms.
It was haunted, but
It was
good
haunted. Yeah, it was the good. They're servants, free servants. They're just ghost servants. Okay, so it sounds like you guys made a decision there after looking at the options. Mash says that he'll get the proper paperwork sent off to the Little Hopes and get that contract going. He does take a contract from Victor specifically.
Does Mash get?
Now make sure
Does Mash
everything
get
is in
3%?
writing.
He does get a tiny commission
bird
for
dog
it,
fee?
yes, but it's smaller than it would have been for the mansion, which he really tried to upsell you guys.
Well,
Mash
Mash.
can come
Next time we're
join
using
the Little
Homie.
Hopes. He's little.
Oh, maybe. That's true. We do need one more member of the Little Hopes.
Make sure everything is in writing. Come back with anything. I will redline the whole thing.
Do we pay before or after?
Well, Lady Crestwar.
Lady Crestwar will take care of the actual payment and everything, and then the rest. Oh, the rest of the money, right?
I mean, what money?
Just a moment. And he kind of like walks out of the room, and you see him searching. And he goes, "Come here, you!" And you guys watch as he grapples Percy, the mimic, and starts like reaching his hand inside and starts like shoveling out like gold and platinum pieces as he can. And eventually he does like sort it all and clean it up and get it to you guys. So you have 45,000 gold to split among the party.
Was Percy holding that inside of him, or did he
nice.
just have a
So-
pig,
I'm supposed to use
one
for
of the piggy banks
repairs.
inside?
You'll never know unless you try to open Percy yourself.
Come here, you.
What is that divided up?
By
Well, how
five,
much
that
was
would be
it?
9,000 each.
How much
Thanks.
was it?
45,000 total, 9,000 each.
Oh, right.
So the other thing to note is that Kes
Yes.
is on his way
Yes.
with the greatest treasure. He hadn't left Border Town until he got your call. So he's been kind of sitting around at Border Town waiting for you guys to get back for the 5 days that it took you to get up to Morris Bend and back again. So he is on his way, and it should take him about a week to get here.
Okay.
Now, I know there are a few things that everybody wants to do, a few places that you guys want to go. So the question is, are you going to wait for your airship? Because Kes has offered it to you guys, your friends now. Like, he's more than willing to chaperone you around. Or if you need to make haste, you can leave Terabon immediately. It's up to you guys.
I would like to make a purchase before we go.
Yeah, so obviously, like, if you guys choose to stay, you'll have a week to you'll have a week to make purchases, do some sightseeing, do some relaxing. Wayward Watch hasn't really done a lot of relaxing
Right.
since Ruby Oasis.
That does sound kind of nice, admittedly, but I think Sarah would be a little anxious to get to the bottom of where. I mean, was the plan to go to? Hi,
Rowan?
thank you. I'm like, it starts with
Hi.
an R.
Raoul.
To
Yeah, we're
Rowan.
going to make a loop on the map.
Yep, if I remember correctly, the plan was Ruin first, and then you were going to go follow up on that lead with the verdant farmlands. Verdant farmlands? And then you were going to head up to Archdom. No?
Southport.
We were going to go to the Eight Rings place. For you.
Oh, you're right.
Skull
Seat
Okay, yeah, so
Which
we
is
were
in
going.
Melgoth, right?
Yep, that's on
drop
the
off-
other side of the river.
to
for
drop off.
Melgoth.
What's her name? Dratia.
Oh, Dratia fully says that she can find her way on her own. She knows how to get there. She'll meet you there and just like hang out until you get there. So
Piece cake.
yeah, you don't have to worry about like leading her around or anything like that.
Well, we can go take care of anything Victor has,
Mm-hmm.
and then go to Archdom.
And then go to Archdom.
Maybe stop.
Southport
Yeah,
on the
maybe
way.
stop by Southport on the way.
Sure.
See
Check
the
out-
new tower.
Check out the new
Mhm.
the new digs.
Assuming the Little Hopes can
Don't
can
fail miserably. Yeah.
rock the boat.
We're good.
TPK. TPK.
How long would it take for us to walk to Rowan?
A long time, I think.
Walking there will take you about 10 days.
So it might be sixes
Yeah.
to just wait.
If you wanted to rent horses, it would take you about 5. And then once Cas gets here, he can get you there in 2 days.
Okay.
Might as well just wait for.
Put our feet up then. Do a little shopping. Get a mani-pedi. Right, everyone.
A massage. I haven't gotten a Terabon massage in a while.
A massage.
What was the name of the
It's
place?
always been a massage.
The Dreary Lady.
The Dreary Lady.
Okay. So yeah.
Thank God that's what it actually was, because I was thinking it was from some other thing.
So we'll go ahead and say that a week in game passes. Everyone relaxes and enjoys their time want to know what you do with a week's worth of time, though. So let's start with Seredan, because I know you got something that you want to do.
Right. I wanted to go shopping.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to find an amulet of health to purchase.
Okay.
And we don't. I mean,
Yeah, it's not.
We can role play that,
Yeah.
or we can just
Everything is
hand-wave
content. Play it.
So we'll say that'll be, you kind of go searching for a few days, and we'll let you know when you find it. Is there anything else specifically that you want to do? Because there is something that happens to Seredan during those 7 days.
Oh. I
anti-hair
think she would
potion.
just
She's not
be. I don't know. I think Sarah has been worried about Eve, feeling a little lost, misplaced. Do you know what I mean? Like, she misses Craggy. She's got guilt about the faction of the choir kind of leaving. Yeah, I don't know. She's struggling, I think, a little bit right now, emotionally.
All right.
So she's probably just trying to do things to find peace and
Does a lot of meditating.
yeah,
Okay.
and mani-pedi and shopping,
Yep.
retail therapy.
Retail therapy
Yeah.
always works, right? It's never an issue. So first of all, go ahead and add the Amulet of Health. I think I gave
Okay.
you the price on that already.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
I need to.
So add the Amulet of Health there.
Could I sell? Because I'm full up on attunement slots. Could I sell my Luckstone?
Yes, you can. Let me tell you how much that would be. Just need to pull up Genasi Bean's guide.
Bless you.
That is the name of the random character that I gave that basically has all the prices in an area.
Achoo. Bless
Very
you.
Star Wars of you.
Thank you. Watch your back. Your back just got punched.
Quarter portion.
I think he means Sabine. It's a stone of good luck, is that right?
Yes.
Because I always want to call it a luck stone, and it literally is called both. You can get 100 gold for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sarah,
Luckstone used is not actually like they have to put the use
Lucky.
on there, and people kind of are wary of it.
Only 98% lucky.
the amulet that she would hope to find is kind of more like in a choker style, and it would have like a symbol of the trio on it. I
Oh,
think.
okay. All right, yeah, they can customize that. So you probably go in on the third day. You find the proper shop that has one available for like customization, and they tell you come back in 2 days to pick it up.
Okay.
And then 2 days later, we'll get to that in a moment because that's on the 5th day is when something happens.
Okay.
Ezra, what about you?
Oh gosh, I think Ezra needs to just decompress. There's a lot.
He needs some retail therapy too,
Yeah, but I don't know
And
what
the
to
druid
buy.
lady.
and the mani-pedi.
I think he's just gonna go to as many like Tushan temples, practice training.
Okay.
Just kind of do some things that to keep his mind off of everything.
Okay.
He doesn't really want to face his feelings as much as he needs
Yeah.
to. So,
Like all Tushin, you kind of devote yourself into the discipline to try and escape whatever's bothering
yeah.
you. About the second day that you're kind of working through your own emotions, you're just finishing up a routine, and a voice behind you says, "That is a very good routine, Ezra." And as you turn around, you see a familiar kitsune in armor, and Anya gives you a polite bow and says, "It has been some time since we have seen each other.
Agreed.
I never got to formally thank you for your participation in the rescuing of the citizens of Terrebonne, so thank you."
Well, I didn't do that much. It was really Victor bleeding out in the fountain.
He did do a lot of bleeding. We had to clear it a lot. They were complaining about it for weeks afterwards, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You are... I actually wanted to come and offer you to teach a class or to demonstrate for some archers that are in training.
Well, I never made it that far
Really?
in the Tushan.
Your mastery would
Ways.
imply that you have made it quite far.
Well, it's mostly learned on the go, I guess you can say.
Oh, I see. So what is your formal rank?
What's the first rank?
Jaw.
Jaw?
Yep.
Jaw.
Ah, you're an Aito Jaw. I see. I was expecting more. No offense, obviously.
None taken.
You obviously have the skill for it. Would you like to take the second trial?
Sure.
I have a Zhang master here that can oversee it.
Sure, I'd be willing.
Perfect. We'll get you your first crescent. So, as kind of an out of character thing for those of you who do not know, I've been writing more Tushan stuff, which is fun. But there are 5 different ranks for weapon mastery, with Jia being the initiate rank, which is you have to complete like a first trial and show more skill than just a normal pleb that can pick up a bow. Actually, it's a little bit more intense than that. Like an initiate or a novice in a Tushan mastery is probably more skilled than your average archer that gets trained as a militiaman. And then all the way up to a Shen, which is obviously the master ranking. And once you get to the second ranking, which is a Gon ranking, you get to create your own personal thing. And all of these words are celestial words, by the way. That is where they get their words from. But you get to create a thing, which is a personalized crest for you, so an object or a creature that defines you. And then you get the first crescent moon underneath it, which is the tenant.
I still have the horn.
Speaking of creatures, I need to figure out a cleric or something for expert.
Oh yeah, you definitely need to.
We can do that.
Work into that. So let's go ahead and let's see. Do you want to prepare for your trial or just take it that day? Do you think you're?
I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Just
You're ready,
take it.
dude.
Yeah.
All right.
You got this.
So let's go ahead and we're going to do an attack roll for this.
Okay.
As basically they put you in a room and you've got a Zhang, an Aito Zhang master Aito Zhang artisan standing nearby and watching you as they just set up a bunch of like sandbags in different places and then somebody just starts like pulling on a crank or on a turn and they all start like bobbing up and down and turning. You're supposed to get as many as possible within the time limit. So let's go ahead and you can either do an attack roll or you can do a specific check if you want to associate that.
I'll just do an attack roll.
No sharpshooter.
I'll
Use your inspiration.
Because that was a natural one. I'm like, I'm ready. Like, what's a bow?
String breaks.
Chain breaks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's an automatic failure if your weapon breaks during the trial.
It starts to fray and I'm like, oh crap.
Yep.
That's better. And without sharpshooter.
Of course. Yeah, we're not.
Obviously.
Not trying to do big damage.
So that's a 23.
So you take some time to kind of like analyze everything as they start going. The timer is running down, but you kind of pull back on the first one. You feel the fraying, so you take some time to like really analyze like how many shots do I have with this, right?
Yeah.
And you realize that you have probably about 2 shots before the third one snaps the bow, which is going to be kind of a hard bargain to do.
Yeah.
So you wait and you analyze each of the moving sandbags until they finally line up and you ready your first shot and fire it, and it goes through 4 of the 8 at once.
Nice.
Just with the power behind it. And then you take another moment as the other ones like swing around and line up, and you get 3, so 7 out of 8 total. But then so the J Master's kind of like watching you, waiting for your third shot, and then that sandbag swings around and you like reach for it and grab the arrow and just like full on like stab it into the last one.
Nice.
And there's a moment of kind of silence as the people who have been watching, because there are like initiates watching this. Washing?
They are watching and washing.
Oh yeah, they're all going through like their daily washes right now. They kind of just like sit there in silence, and then the J Master says, "Very creative. Congratulations, Ezra. I think you've displayed enough to earn your Gone ranking."
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Now be gone.
Now be gone. So you are now a Ito gone, which means that you do get to. They basically take you directly from the trial area, and they do like the ceremonial bathing kind of thing that happens. It's not like a full like you get naked bath, but it's more like yeah, and they just like they throw like powder on you and things like that, and then
like
they tattoo you
like a chinchilla.
Yeah,
they give you a tattoo with not it's not like magical ink, but it is very much like symbolic ink. Like
Sure.
yeah. So what is the symbol that Ezra chooses to go with?
I'm gonna try and fashion it after the withered bow.
Okay.
Tribe. So I'll take like a bow and kind of use that as the half crescent,
Okay. Cool.
and then an owl, obviously for the for
Perfect.
the piece.
All right. And with that, you've completed your first or your second trial, and Anya kind of gives you a polite clap and a bow, and she says, "That was rather impressive." And she leans forward and she goes, "Do you have a third shot in that bow?"
Not with this string.
I won't tell. But you should probably care for your weapon.
Yeah, we've been on a long journey over the last couple of days.
This bow has saved the world 4 times already.
Yeah.
It's understandable. But congratulations.
Thank you.
And then you said you also wanted to get Ixburn.
Yeah, I want to see if I can find a cleric that would be able to.
Now, how long does Raise Dead?
That's a good question.
Is it within 10 days?
24 hours? I'm not sure.
At this point, it's probably however long we were in the temple, right? And then
Yeah.
however many days here. So
Let's see.
There's one that's like
Raid Dead.
That sounds.
there's one.
inappropriate.
I know there's one that's like a week or something. But that might be like True Resurrection or something.
Provided that it has been dead for no longer than 10 days.
Okay. So there we go.
Yeah, so it'll cost you 500 gold. Because you have
change
to.
for money bags over here.
And you typically it does require also a donation to the church in question. So say half of that or whatever you're willing to tip there. What church do you go to bring Ixburn back?
Oh man, what was the Traveler Church?
Look, no.
Floral
Floral Naggin.
Floral
Yeah,
Naggin.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that you
That's the
could
one.
just come up with that because
I can't. I'm supposed to be the one who can, and I can't.
This is literally the only campaign that I've ever been able to do anything like that. A, it's because I have been taking notes, but I also listen to the thing every time.
Repetition.
helps.
It is key. So you kind of like, you have to do a little bit of searching because the shrine to Floral Naggin here is a very small shrine. That's actually where you met Anya for the first time, if you remember. But there wasn't really a priest there. And it takes a little bit to learn that the priest himself wanders around Terrebonne because it is a god of travel, right? And he wanders around just doing random good deeds. And you finally find him. He's this little gnomish man with white hair that comes out really far on either side. And he's got like a conical hat that almost looks like a dunce cap on it. And he is wearing the symbol for Floral Naggin and like a toga and everything. And he turns around and he goes, "Oh, a traveler.
Indeed.
Pleasure to meet you."
You as well. I require something of great skill, and I'm willing to pay.
Oh, I'm willing to listen.
I'll open the pouch that has Ixburn in.
Whew, that is
It was a intense and heated battle.
Hence the charring.
So you wish him to be brought back?
Yes.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem. We'll have to borrow one of the other temples. Just my space isn't big enough for the ritual. But let's go. And he leads you off with his little walking stick that he's got back to, and then he just picks a random temple and walks into it.
That looks good.
Yeah, and
everywhere.
like the priests see him, they kind of give this look like, "Oh, this guy," and he just comes on in and he's like, "Here, hand me the bird," and he just like flops it onto the altar, and he sits there and goes,
Wing breaks off, and he's like,
and he takes out a full-on like diamond, the 500 gold diamond that he's literally just got on his person, and
Brave.
At this point, Ixburn's probably got serious rigor mortis, so he's like,
yeah, he's definitely like talons up, and he'll set the diamond into one of the clawed talons, And he'll just start kind of like chanting a little bit, and then he'll pause his chanting and open one eye, and he'll say, "Is there anything you'd like to say? Usually it helps if you start like, I don't know, chanting along with, or giving a speech."
Oh, I'm not good at speeches. Ixburn, you've been a loyal, helpful companion, important to my accuracy, and I think you are more than you let on. You seem to have some connection to the trio, and I think your time is cut short. It's time for you to come back.
And as you finish the words, he kind of raises his walking stick and he says, "Traveler from beyond, come back to your body." And the diamond like dissolves away into nothingness, and after a moment, Ixburn just flutters and rights himself. He kind of shakes himself off a little bit and then looks at you and gives you a bow.
Not done yet, friend.
And he flutters up onto your shoulder and lands on there, and he does that kind of like preening thing a little bit and then like shuffles his feathers back down, and then there's the slightest hint of like a nudge against the side of your head, like, and thanks.
You must be hungry. I'll pull out some rations and
Perfect.
eat them.
Yep, and you just start eating rations right in the middle of this temple, and
You keep dead mice as rations?
Rations.
Rations.
and the priestess goes, "Can you please vacate? We are experiencing a sermon currently," and like there's like two
miracles.
No, of course not. My apologies. Congratulations on getting your bird friend back.
I'll just set like a small pouch of like 10 gold for your troubles.
And then you leave. You kind of get some like smiles from the crowd that you didn't realize were in this room up until that point. But yeah, Ixburn is now back alive for you. A little bit of an expensive familiar, but he's there. Yep.
Awesome. All right, and then I paid 700 to the Traveler.
Okay, perfect.
Church of the Traveler, whatever. Floralnagan.
Floralnagan. Perfect. That was the priest's name was Pozu Womplabetter.
Wow.
Whoa.
Pose it.
I
We'll just leave it at
honestly
that.
feel like he was born to be a follower of Floralnagan.
Yep.
Womplabetter.
Womplabetter. Yep. Like Wampa, but with an L. Wampla.
Better.
And then Beter. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
I
Oh,
love.
it was a waffle better. Okay.
Perfect. And now let's move on to. We'll let the dice decide on this one. Eve.
Well, one question first. Is Goldie still with us?
Yeah, I'll say she is. Yeah, she's just been kind of hanging around. She hasn't had any sort of other missions to attend to so far. So
That's good.
Or death.
Yeah.
Eve would take Darian for lots of long rides outside of Terabon. And during one of those, she'd also reach out to the trio. She keeps telling him when everyone's like, "Oh, is the trio okay with your new situation?" She's like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, of course.
Now she's like, "I better make sure they're okay with that." So she would attempt to reach out to them.
Okay, give me that good old religion check that I know you're so good at.
Oh, a 19! Yay. What? Plus 0, 19.
So, yeah, it makes sense. You don't have any formal training in religion, right?
No.
You just have a closeness with them.
It's like,
So you're just kind of riding along. You're asking them, is there anything specific that you want to ask? Or is it just that? Like, you have asked the question, is there anything specific you'd like to say?
no.
Perfect. Yeah, and you get this feeling of peace and ease. Like it's all fine. We aren't jealous gods. We're literally 3 gods that you worship at once. We're okay with you seeing other gods as well on the side,
Okay.
or other beings, as it were.
Polydeiatrist.
There's
Yep.
There's a
Yes.
Will Smith joke in there. I know there is.
Yeah.
Find it.
Sorry.
Let's steer away from it. So, fantastic. Yeah. That's what Eve's up to.
Okay, perfect. Just
And
long
hanging with
rides
Colby.
and- yeah. Oh yeah, Goldie is very much just like living the high life. Best seed at the Crester house, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Best everything.
Yep.
Primo.
Victor.
I think Victor would probably be sharpening his knives. There'd be a lot of pontificating on things that he's heard or learned from different sources and trying to understand. Because essentially, like, when Dritia had basically said, or Dritia had basically said, or he looks at the paragons akin to either like superheroes or gods, right? Because they're like everything about him, the creed and the things that he believes, came from them, or so he, most of it came from them. So he believes. So right now he's kind of introspective on a lot of that. Probably a couple times he probably follow along to train at one of the temples with Ezra, just as more of a bystander than less of a what do you call it? Less of a going to annoy Ezra and get on his nerves, and more of just like we're not going to talk or anything else. We just beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
We're just sparring.
and
Yeah,
call it
exactly.
Roll me a d20 to see if you were there for Ezra's trial.
That's cocked. That's a 6. So probably not.
No.
You
You decided to go somewhere else that day, and you regret it immensely.
Yeah, I probably look in the big book of bounties just to see if there's any like big head, people that are in town that might have a bounty on them, or that kind of stuff. But otherwise, yeah, just kind of more introspective. And
Go ahead and give
I
me.
understand.
Let's do another check here. Go ahead and give me an investigation, or there's no streetwise in this edition, right? An investigation.
Survival.
Street
That's
survival.
Just a 10.
Just a 10.
Yeah.
There's a couple bounties that you think might be in the area, but you can't quite get a fix on them.
Okay.
You do still you check on Eve's bounty hasn't changed. Ezra's bounty's gone completely. That was purged from the record.
Expunged.
Yep, and then you do check in on the Aventi bounty as well, if you remember, because there was that. I think it
See if
was
there's any more.
From
50,000
the-
gold from the
It was
Fallowshield.
the Fallowshield,
yeah.
right? Okay.
And I also want to see if our frog friend ever made it into the big book of bounties, or if he's
Oh,
at large or
Geboneth.
not.
Oh,
So
yeah.
typically Geboneth, somebody like Geboneth wouldn't show up in the big book of bounties, just because monstrosities, demons, the kind of extraplanar beings, they get handled by the individual town that's experiencing them, but it's not like a bounty like that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is more for like dangerous people.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's out there though, somewhere.
Wow.
Dun dun dun.
Okay. What about Bolt?
Bolt would probably head over to the Satin Cat, check on Jin and all 23 kids, and Ixburn Beta Ixburn, the owl familiar. Yeah, so that's where Bolt go. Just go check on that and
The
kinda just catch
Alpha.
up. The Alpha, yes, I like that Alpha. Yeah.
I'm giving myself a dice for
You
that.
deserve that. Here, give yourself another one.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
But yeah,
Okay.
just go see.
yeah.
Go see how she's doing and
spend some time with family.
Yeah. Make sure her husband's staying out of trouble with the whole bot battle things that they do.
Oh yeah, he hasn't done any more of those since. Yeah, he's been on the straight and narrow since then.
Yeah, it'd just be more like just a family thing. Also, I would like to go find some healing potions.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
Superior.
feel free to stock up on any healing potions that you guys need.
Just out of curiosity, are the bot battles still happening now that Greenwood House has been...
As far, you'll have to give me an investigation check if you want to look into that, just because
I'll do.
the current location was closed down.
That's just a 9.
9. Yeah, as far like you go around asking people like, "Hey, do you know any illegal bot fights around here or illegal concert fights?" And yeah, you definitely look like a paladin. So it's like, no, definitely not.
Okay.
Move along, citizen.
Hey there, fellow kids.
Yeah. Hey there, fellow troublemakers. Yeah. So no, you don't see any, or you don't hear of any.
Oh, one other thing Eve would have done is she's gonna make a necklace out of the unicorn horn.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Keeps getting creepier.
You know what? I'm
At
leaning
least there's
into
a
it.
purpose now. It's not just
Sentimental.
Yeah.
Hey, a unicorn is a very majestic and celestial creature. It makes
you.
sense that you would want to make a unicorn.
And supposedly, if you wear the horn as like
vitality.
yeah, it's good for your vitality. It's like
It's
like
I'm tempted to just give you an amulet of health just for free, just to spite. No, I'm just kidding. No.
I mean,
It also
I
makes
If you
do
did
that.
creepier things, you'd get cool stuff too.
it makes Sarah jealous too
Say
because
hug. For sure.
there's
Yeah.
another.
Yep.
hey,
As a contender,
if you'd lost a horn,
You could make a
I'd
dagger out of
certainly wear it around my neck.
Nail
the
man.
most you lost is a pair of ears.
thanks.
them.
And fur.
Yeah.
And
Whiskers.
Not keep
One
that.
of Sarah's
And your
feet
life.
Lost the
and
whole
gotten a
one the
lucky
other
rabbit's
day.
foot.
Here you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
then
It's like
she'd have to have pig
sections
leg.
and plate.
Well, I mean, there's restoration spells.
Yeah.
That's too weird.
That's
Even too big.
okay, well,
So it'd be like
sorry, I crossed the line.
Oh, my foot isn't. Her foot wouldn't be that big.
in bunny form, it might be. Their feet are pretty light.
Yeah, the bounders. Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
It's like a size
It'd
23.
be like a backpack.
Something that you just hang around Groach. On a chain.
Yeah.
So Scott, which potion was it that you wanted to buy?
Superior healing potions.
Superior are $2.50 a piece.
Okay, I'll only pick up 4 of them.
Okay.
How about a few regular? They're 50 gold, right?
Yeah, just for the regular potion healing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I still have 2 graders, so I'm gonna be good.
So it is about, we'll say it's the 5th day, and you've gone and you just got your brand new amulet of health. You've got it strapped around your neck. It's got the little symbol of the trio on it.
What is the symbol of the trio? Oh, it's like a talon?
It's right here.
It's Fang. It's a
Talon
claw.
and a
and
paw.
talon.
They all
They all
look.
look the
They all,
same.
yeah, they all
Okay.
look the same.
Okay.
Because I
They're like
can't.
in little-
yeah, in like a little pattern. All right, so you've got your new amulet. You walk out the door. You're kind of preening a little bit because it looks pretty good. They did a really good job with it. Worth the money.
And I think that from Sarah's perspective, like, she's feeling, I don't know, like she's lost something, and you know what I mean? And she's trying to find a way to like bolster
Yeah.
her
Trying to
own
fill
vitality,
that hole.
her own, yeah.
So that the amulet of health, it puts your constitution to 19, right?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. And you walk outside and you hear, well, if it isn't young Seredan. And you turn around and Gerard, the Stone Fist, is standing there, and he goes, "Come here, girl, give me a hug."
Gerard! Yeah, she will. She'll give him a big old hug.
Okay, yeah. And you'll like pick him up because
Yeah.
you're obviously
A
taller.
little bit taller.
Yeah, just a little bit taller. And he's like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in probably about nearly a month or so."
To be honest with you, I've completely lost track of time. Has it been that long?
I think so. I've lost track too. There's been so much going on.
What have you been up to?
Oh well, we headed down to Southport and transferred the. Well, we were carrying some precious cargo, you know, the typical Fallowshield clan business, and once we were done with that, we were just about to get started on our next mission. Something about a slot up in the north, and
I wonder how that came about.
and then we got a summons from you're not gonna believe this, from the Chancellor herself. I know, right?
Really?
She wanted us back in Terrebonne. I think she wants us to defend the road.
I wonder what gave her that idea. I think you'd make an excellent.
I think so too. But what about you? I mean,
Well-
you look like you're alive, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
Is everything okay?
Does it pull me?
Sarah's brain broke for a second. Was like, am I alive? What is life?
Eve says it's eating and pooping.
But then there's Bolt. There's no pooping, but still alive.
It was a near thing, and I actually think I may have spent moments
Existential
otherwise,
crisis.
but yes. Currently, I'm feeling alive.
Well, good to hear, good to hear. I mean, you look like you're in good health. You got... Not a big fan of the weapon, but that's okay. I mean, not everyone can have a good blade.
I'll be honest with you. I love it, but I do miss my glaive. It's just not quite the same. I keep accidentally cutting things when I think I'm poking it with a blunt end.
Yeah, I've had some bad experiences being on one end or the other of that blade.
Right.
That type of blade, that's for sure.
Right. Yes, and did you like my new armor?
Yes, it's very good. Wait a minute, and he literally like grabs the collar of your chest plate and pulls you down so that he can get a better look at it. He goes, "What are you doing with armor from them?" From Clan Brightlance, not Bright Star.
No, it's not Brightlance. It's Bright Star.
Sarah, it's Brightlance. They're a very prominent clan in Malagoth.
I'm quite sure that the person that we met up in... Are we talking about the... She's in charge up in Bordertown?
I mean, I don't know who you specifically got it from. I'm just talking about the specific clan.
I'm positive she said Bright Star. we must be thinking about different...
You
different
know, we're related to the Brightlances.
Yes, that's what she told me.
Yeah, we're kind of branched off from the same Bright clan, as it were. Well, we used to be Clan Brightshield, and now, you know...
Well, I will tell you that I did Clan Fallowshield proud. We met this woman. She was very noble, excellent fighter. She deputized us up in Bordertown to take care of some Arcanum business. But she was so impressed with the way that we had helped defend the town, that when I was asking her about her armor, she gave it to me as a sort of reward, I suppose.
Well, I'm very impressed. And you say that you've done the clan proud. Does that mean that you want to join?
Absolutely. I've been calling myself Seredan Fallowshield. I hope you don't mind.
No. We need to formalize it, though. And he slaps you on the back and he says, "Meet us outside at our camp tonight. We'll do the ceremony. We'll have some drinking, have some partying, and we'll get you in on all of the inner workings of the clan."
I could use some drinking and partying, to be honest. That sounds lovely.
Perfect.
Can I bring any friends? A +1, or is it just myself?
Of course, bring the whole Wayward Watch.
+4?
We all remember him.
Great, I'll let him know.
What's the guy with the blindfold and the
no longer
half-orc
blindfolded, but yes, still a half-orc.
Okay. There's the big metal one.
Right.
Yeah.
Grown a beard since.
Oh.
Looks a little more svelte.
Good, distinguished. and of course, the fair Paladin herself.
Fairer than ever.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, come on out, all of you. We'll do the ceremony. Shouldn't take too long. You've seen clan swearing ceremonies before.
They literally just like,
especially with with dwarves, there's lots of cursing. Yeah, lots.
And then afterwards, we'll just have a big old party.
Excellent. Sky. I'll let him know.
Perfect.
What time?
Sundown.
I'll just swear while they hammer stuff.
And he kind of bustles off with a quick apology because now he's got a lot to do to prepare a whole ceremony before tonight. He's like, "Herdress is gonna kill me."
Let us know about expenses. We can help cover.
No, that's not part of your job.
All right.
Although, he stops and he goes, "I could use 10 gold for a fare just to get me a little quicker to the southern gate."
Take one of the nice carriages, and I give him 20.
Perfect. And he finds the nicest rickshaw around and takes off on it. Don't worry, they're all pulled by centaurs. They just call him a rickshaw because technically that's a sentient being.
The guy that started the business was named
Rick. Shaw.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. Good old Rick.
It's definitely not like paving over other history and culture, but whatever. So you can head back to the Crestor Manor and let everybody know.
Yeah, I'll try and find everyone and let them know.
I'll say everybody's converging for lunch around this point.
Okay, that I'd run into Gerard, and he wants to make my swearing in to the Clan Fallowshield official. There's going to be a party, and we're all invited.
Is there a dress code?
That's
optional.
So,
Clothing optional.
Yes.
preferably something
Ezra's probably
metallic,
closer.
but no, not really.
The unicorn horn comes off for no one.
Just making sure that this is appropriate because it's really special to me, Ezra.
Did you get that filed down? Or is it still like 2 feet long? Like what?
Yes. How long is your horn?
Wow.
We're getting notes about how we're the most polite podcaster. They're the most clean.
Yeah.
That's too tall.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It's as long as you
It
want
came
it to
from
be.
you.
Yeah.
It's
No, it was a baby one.
Yeah, how long?
It
was
wasn't
yours?
that big. It was like I could brush the hair over and kind of try and hide it. It's maybe like
Oh, it's like little nebby.
just
Okay.
a little unicorn nub.
There's so many things that we're not going to say right now.
We'll let you say them to yourself
Yeah.
or to your friends.
Watch this with someone.
And to make some 7th grade jokes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're my favorites.
We're all 12.
Watch
you can
this.
do.
Hold my drink.
Okay, so is everybody going to the ceremony tonight? The
Yes.
ceremony?
I'm so excited.
I'll even wear my finery from
too.
the Ruby Oasis.
Oh yeah.
It feels
Yeah.
Same.
A general's outfit.
It
That
feels
doesn't
nice
fit anymore
to-
because you're completely
make it
different.
very baggy.
I'm not really looking forward to breaking the news to my dad, but I'm not even sure when I'm going to see him next. Hopefully he'll understand. If not, I'll make him.
Meanwhile, in Malagoth, your dad's just like, what was that?
His nose gets itchy.
Yeah. My ears are burning. I feel like somebody's walking on my grave. Okay. So that night, the party arrives at the camp outside. It's a dwarven camp. It's boisterous. There are plenty of kegs set up. It looks like there's probably a couple like Meadstead mead kegs that follow the dwarves around, and they're just like constantly being replaced because there's just a couple of them just delivering drinks as needed. Gerard is there, and he's in his battle uniform, which for him is like a kilt. And he's just like, you're all here, wonderful, it's good to see you all again. You're smaller than I remembered.
Oh, right, the beard. Chunk.
Seredan was right, that's very distinguished. And you're... Oh, yes, a bit taller and less blind than before.
Yes, indeed. You look well.
Thank you.
Compared to last time I didn't see you.
And of course,
Your fists aren't stone this time.
Mr. Orkin, how are you?
Good.
Good.
Very well. Alive. That's about as good as it gets these days, I think.
You look like you need a stiff drink.
Yes.
All right.
Probably several.
All right. The rock hopper's over there. Victor?
Like with that, they're like in mid stride, and he just like turns on his heel and just goes straight for wherever it's at.
And Eve, how are you this evening?
I'm doing lovely, thank you. Thank you for having
That's a
us.
beautiful necklace you have on.
You are the first person to say such a thing.
You know, unicorn horn is actually very rare, so I'm curious where you got it.
Ezra.
Oh, did he get it for you?
It came off of his head.
Have you been drinking already, Evie?
A little pregame before that.
He's like, follow me, and he goes over to the rock hopper and takes a shot of it, and just like, all right, I believe you now. All right, if you guys want to just take a seat, you're just going to be you're not participating in the ritual. Seredan will have you up front when we're ready to begin. And
Speaking of lovely necklaces, did you notice?
It's beautiful, I love it. A trio would be so pleased.
I thought you might.
Goldie bobs her head.
Speaking of the trio, Ixburn's back.
Ixburn, I missed you!
Yeah, out of the pouch. You've been keeping it there to protect, yeah.
It was magic.
Now Goldie will have a friend to play
Yeah, Goldie definitely does go flying off with Ixburn, and they start like fluttering around. Even though she's a day bird, he's a night bird. You know,
Be friends.
Forbidden
It's
love.
Twilight,
Forbidden
so
love,
it's
yeah.
tight.
It's Twilight. They have a crossover.
Yeah.
I want to make Ixburn a small little chainmail vest to wear.
Like a Grogu.
Like a Grogu.
Yeah, like Grogu's chainmail vest.
Now, when you say vest, I imagine like sleeveless and just like
Yeah, because he has to have his wing
open,
cut out.
open in the middle. No, like open in the middle
Yeah.
kind of
Open.
vest is like a vest.
With
you
And
know?
a
feathers hanging out.
chainmail
Yeah.
bow tie
Yep.
as well.
So
it's a
cool.
gold chain.
Yeah.
But the first time I put it on, he's like,
It makes you stronger.
I'll learn by the icing.
He looks nice.
Okay, you can work on that for sure.
Yes.
You had 7 days. All you did was go with family.
once I found out that Expern was,
I would have told
Reborn.
you probably, like, immediately, because, you know.
Yeah, give Expern a 15 AC. He's got some chainmail on now.
1 hit point still, but 15 AC.
2 hit points.
Oh,
I think he's got 2,
I
doesn't
think
he?
he had 1. Maybe he had
Okay.
2. I
did
can't
he level up?
It doesn't change his stealth, right? You can still fly stealthily.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's mithril.
He's an owl.
Yeah, it's mithril. Did you find a bunch of mithril, or is it just regular chainmail?
yeah, I think in order to make it light, I would have went and got some mithril. So,
Mithril or adamant? It's mithril.
Yeah.
yeah. So if I find like a small bit of it, because I wouldn't need much, because he's not like a great horned
you
owl,
gotta-
right? It's like
No,
No, he's just
Yeah.
like a barn owl.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you just pound it out and it'd be flat
Yep.
and long
make
enough.
it just make a chainmail.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect. And then the ceremony starts just as the sun is setting. It starts off with basically a dwarf hammering on an anvil, and a bunch of others start picking up the rhythm, and soon enough there's this like thrumming cavalcade of hammers going off in a steady rhythm, and Gerard comes up and says, "It's time.
What do I do?
You're just gonna follow me. You'll kneel. They'll ask you to make some allegiance swearing, that sort of thing, and then
It's been a minute.
have you ever done this before?"
Sarah's a little nervous. Technically, I hadn't been officially made part of Stone... Oh boy.
Stoneward.
Thank you, Stoneward. Clan Stoneward yet. My dad was waiting for some sort of coming of age or to prove myself or whatever. So, no.
Well, I'd say that you proved yourself plenty.
Well, thank you. It's nice to be appreciated.
Follow me. And he leads you up, and you see Herdris Fallowshield, the head of Clan Fallowshield. He's, kind of big, huge brown beard. He's got kind of black that he's painted over his eyes with that kind of war paint, because he is a priest of, I think it's Volcana? No, not Volcana. It's something similar to that. I have it. Yeah, it is Volcana. Go me. It's another epic die for Cory.
Yeah, for your own thing. Yeah, come on.
And he takes you up there, and then sitting off to his right standing off to his right is the witness to this one, and that is, her name is Hilda, I believe. Or Hildy. Yeah. Hidali. Yep, Hidali Fallowshield, and she's standing there, and you can see that she's got like 2 maces strapped to her belt. She's in her formal armor and everything like that. Every dwarf here is like dressed up in armor, and they're standing at attention with their weapons out and everything. And Gerard says, "I present Seredan, who wishes to join Clan Fallowshield, and I am acting as her sponsor." And he steps to the side. We were talking about sponsors earlier. That's why that popped into my head, apparently. And he steps to the side, and you're standing there a little awkwardly, and Herdra says, "Seredan, kneel and present your weapon."
Okay. She kneels down and holds up Scalebreaker.
Okay. And he says, "You, Seredan, are standing here before Herdris Fallowshield, Hidali Fallowshield, and all of Clan Fallowshield," and they all give a mighty hoot. Expern gives a little hoot as well. and he says, to all bear witness that you wish to join the clan. Is that correct?
It is.
And do you swear upon your life to hold your clan's honor and never waver in your duty?
I do.
Do you swear to guard against the evils that creep into our world from the outside?
I have and do.
And do you promise to remain pure and never let free those that would harm the world?
I do.
Eve did it. You can
You
justify
did it, and Ezra almost did it.
Man.
And he goes, well, then congratulations. Hold your weapon up high and rise, Seredan of Clan Fallowshield. And there's a huge cheer that goes up. They all start slamming their weapons down. The hammering reaches a crescendo as you stand up and hold the double-bladed scimitar above your head. And Gerard comes over and slaps you on the back after a moment, and he goes, now, hand me that weapon.
Why? As she hands it over.
And he takes it and he goes, I know, I kind of have a little idea of what you may have made this out of. And I think I might be able to reshape it for you.
Wait, you believe in dragons too? She just says that.
I'm talking about old steel.
Oh, right. But the forge, you should have seen it. And she just goes off and tells him all about
It tells him about Cascas's.
Well,
forge?
she doesn't specify where it was or anything like that. But she's like, there was this dragon heart, and it was incredibly hot. And yes, we found this old steel and we melted it down. It was amazing. Blah blah blah. Blah.
And where is this forge now?
Well, that's a bit of a secret that I swore not to tell anyone about.
I mean, we're clan members now. You can.
I know, but I'm supposed to uphold my honor. I just barely swore.
All right. I was just testing you. He walks away being like, I'm going to find that forge.
No, you're not.
So after a few minutes of him talking with a couple of the smiths over in the smithing area who have put their anvils back after the ceremony.
They're all named Smith.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Smith Fallowshield. Yep.
Smithy.
Yep, Smithy. And he comes back and he goes, now, sit down by the fire because there's technically one more part of this, and it's kind of just the true story, the true tragedy of Clan Fallowshield that we have to tell you. Your friends are invited too. I know that you're trustworthy and you're going to tell them anyway.
It's true, I would. There's more to the story than we've heard.
Yes, so what you've heard is probably that we used to protect the Grand Vault. We were lax in our duties and the vault was breached. And we've been shamed ever since in trying to recover our honor. Mm-hmm. What you don't know is that it was one of our own what breached the vault, acting on his own, and he brought about ruin to our family.
Really?
Yes. So 300 years ago, we were the name Brightshield. As you know, we held guard over the Grand Vaults of Malaga City. And we were widely regarded as the grandest defenders in the realm. We had the best made trap crystals and we had the most secure protection. But apparently we couldn't see the festering poison that was inside of our own clan. A little dwarf named Philric.
Philric?
Yes. His mother, when he was born, he was misshapen, unfortunately. We tried to give him the best care possible. He wasn't really able to hold a weapon and be a guard. But we sent him to the rune priests and we taught him a little bit of rune magic, that sort of thing. And we never felt like we were unkind to him, but he always felt a little distant. And he used to wander the vaults and not really anything out of the ordinary. A lot of the kids like to go in and look at the pretty glowing crystals, that sort of thing. But unfortunately, he began speaking with the entities inside the crystals. And before we knew it, and we only learned this later, he began to sneak them out inside of his own person.
To do what?
Well, his intention was to make deals with them so that they could provide him with greater power, and in exchange he would free them. We don't really know what he did beyond that, but we know that by the time we found out about it, nearly a third of the crystals had been secreted away, or not secreted away, but drained of their inhabitants.
Wow. And how did he manage to do this with so many without anyone noticing?
Honestly, we just didn't pay enough attention. It's a failing of the clan that we all feel ashamed to this day. We thought we treated him kindly enough, but apparently we didn't give him enough attention in the slightest. Eventually, he made his way to the lowest vault and managed to free a few of the big ones in there, and that led to the whole tragedy that you've heard of, more than likely. And he ran off with those larger demons and he didn't show up for another 100 years when he tried to invade Malagoth. Not many people know that he was behind the attack that happened during that time. You may have heard about it. We tend to keep it under wraps as far as dwarven culture goes.
This was how long ago?
200 years ago.
I do remember hearing stories about an invasion 200 years ago, but not a lot of detail.
Yeah, it was pretty close to the Great Elven Dwarven War, so that kind of overshadows it a little bit. But he came back and declared himself a Venthi.
Sherry's about to take a drink or something, and she's just drops it, and stuff goes spraying everywhere.
Whoa, do you need get her another drink? Are you all right, lass?
No, I'm not. A Venthi, you say? That is a name that I am quite familiar with.
Really? In what capacity? Because we're always looking for information on him.
As am I. Have you heard anything about the Choir of the Crags?
Well, I mean, everyone's heard the stories about the benevolent spirits that sing through the mountains.
Right. Well, a few
Thank you, Bob.
a few years ago.
Listening intently.
A few years ago, I had a run-in with the choir. I was on patrol as part of the vanguard, and found a mound of dirt. It looked like it had been freshly unturned. I thought perhaps maybe some nefarious person had come along, buried a body there, not done a very good job of burying. Anyway, dug it up, found a flute. You've heard of Malak, the Melodious?
Yes, of course.
Apparently, once belonged to him. The choir, you see, selects patrons, apparently, from time to time. Malak was the last, and they chose me as their new patron. And so I became bonded in a way to the Choir of the Crags.
That was the old weapon that you carried around.
Right, the one that I kept...
Turning into a flute.
Yes, exactly.
Or a broom, or
a drinking one.
Yeah. That's a weapon of the gods you got there.
Well, it made a really good mug.
Yeah, we're all gathered.
You do the
just listening.
Kermit the Frog,
Anyway, let's see.
No, that's
no, none of my business.
To make a long story short, one day I was sucked into an amulet that was sort of in the shape of a musical instrument, a musical note. Inside, I had to go through a trial, and I almost died a bunch of times. The choir was sort of trying to test me, but at the end, I met a bastard who called himself a Venthi.
What?
And he had apparently also been patronized by the choir, and sort of caused a rift within them. He now controls the majority of, I guess, this entity now that calls itself the Choir of the Crags. We had a bit of a fight. We won, by the way, though we weren't able to finish him off.
It sounds like it might have just been like a shadow version.
Yes,
of an
it was
avatar.
sort of a fragment of him. But anyway, I was still very proud of the fact.
Yeah, I mean,
So it wasn't like the real
I
him.
mean, if I was there, I probably would
I was only like level 6. But anyway, right. So he escaped, and then we found out later that. Let's see here. Well, I died. I was turned into dust,
I
essentially.
feel like this short version is still a little long, and yet not long enough to realize to kind of connect those two.
It's missing a part about pirate fighting.
Right. There were these pirates. We were out. I told you about meeting Clan Brightstar.
Bright Lance, go on.
And she had deputized us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we went into the Broken Expanse out beyond Border Town, fought some pirates. They killed me. And
It wasn't my fault. I don't care what
It
anyone
was
says.
actually Victor's fault, but
Not my
more
fault.
on that later. I've forgiven him, it's alright.
I gave him the go-ahead. I never told anybody.
He grabs the drink from a passing dwarf. Continue, please.
So, before moving on to the afterlife, I had a bit of a meeting, I suppose, with the choir. Or, well, as I found out, the fragment of them that had broken off from those that were under the influence of Aventhi. They sacrificed themselves to bring me back and give me another shot, tasking me with finding him and putting an end to him.
And then she woke up naked.
I know.
1 second later.
Eve was really excited.
That's not really
It
uncommon.
was in
Let's
public
be
too.
fair.
I mean, no
Wait, what?
indecency here.
I'm just wishful thinking, I suppose.
I mean,
Anyway,
I mean, you're pretty
Anyhow.
fit.
She's
No,
excited to see you back.
no is a baby skyway.
You were excited to see her back? Why? Why
right,
did that
like I
matter?
said, she was excited about
She
that.
has a fit.
Anyway,
Yeah, so many like back abs.
She got back.
She got babs.
so ever since we've been on the hunt for him, but the trail's gone cold. We've asked Lady Crestor if she can use her resources to try and find out anything about him, but
Wait. You know Lady Crestor?
yes, she's also a patron, although less of an otherworldly being patron and more of
She's
a...
a financial
See
backing.
in section 3, paragraph 2.
Give me that contract. And
Don't say careful with that.
Well, we helped save Terabon and
Only have
also
one
saved the
copy.
world a couple of times, so she's...
You're
grateful
welcome,
for-
by the way.
I thought I was going to be laying on some lore for you tonight, but
Oh, don't even get me started about the creature that's trying to devour the world and the breaking up of the universe. It's much more complicated.
no, I think I need to hear that part too.
It's going to take a little more drinking.
All right.
As long as you can remember it in the morning.
No, as long as you can't remember it, that's sort of the point.
Well, don't we want people around it?
I mean, do we?
That.
Nah, anyway.
You probably
Anyway.
Sometimes my mouth gets ahead of my brain. Actually, all of the time my mouth
you
gets ahead of
probably
my
shouldn't
brain.
mention that any of that part to the Arcanum. They might wipe your brain or something.
Don't talk to the other.
Right. Okay. It's a lot to take in. Let me tell you that Aventhi is known as the Harvester. You've heard his moniker. He likes to make deals, and as far as I know, he betrays those deals often and kind of takes what power he needs. So it might not be unreasonable to assume that this choir of yours has fallen into that same trap.
Well, according to this sort of resistance fragment that I mentioned, they did feel that he had some sort of sway over them that was not natural, and he was almost bending the will of the choir to his own nefarious purposes, whatever those may be, taking over the world, I presume.
Well, that's some intense stuff. I haven't heard anything about him recently. You're the first new information we've had in 25 years. We're still on the lookout, though.
As am I.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to know that, well, when we find him and I kill him, it will be doing right by my clan now as well.
Right. And that's good. If you find out any more information, we'd be happy to help you in any way we can.
Thank you. I'll let you know as soon as I hear anything from Lady Crestor's eyes and ears, or if we run into anything else while we're out on the road.
Of course. But in the meantime, drink, eat, do some more drinking.
Sorry, were you doing something to Sari's weapon?
Oh, yes, of course. They're working on it right now in the evening. Should be ready by morning or so. So
What is it that you're doing exactly?
you said that you'd missed your old glaive there, so thought we might give you back what you wanted.
You can transform old steel after it's been formed.
Our rune priests have been studying things like Ald for a while now, and Ald is malleable if you know how to use it.
Wait, do we have an old? We have a piece of old.
Right?
So we
We
have
used
Yeah,
it.
the shield.
the piece that
We
you
use it
found in
for
the lake is actually what
Okay.
made
It's
it
true.
place.
with the best.
And then you do have the Star Metal Striker from Thulian. Also is a solid piece of Ald, a forged piece of Ald.
I gave that to you.
Do you want it back?
No, if they can forge it, does anybody need an old weapon?
Seems like you could use
All
new
the
bow.
armor,
Well, I just need a new string. The bow itself is just fine.
an all steel string.
That's not how that works. We can kill one of our rams for you if you'd like.
So what he's saying is they're not as skilled as some of the others in the range. They might be able.
Now,
to
hold
some.
on, just a minute there. If you know someone who can make ald still string, you better find them and you better have them work on it.
And then they would make
In the morning.
I'd actually love to see your rune priest in action, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, you know a little bit of rune magic.
A teeny bit.
Oh.
That kind of taught myself over the past
You can make them.
100 years.
how would I say? Yeah, 100 years, but was only a moment. And that's another long story.
Well, there's one thing you know about dwarves. It's we love our stories. But let's go get you talking to Herdris. He's our top rune priest around here, and he should be able to give you a few pointers, make sure all your runes are in order, show you what's going on.
Okay, sounds great.
And so the party wears on. Sorry, did you have something?
No. Well, let me ask. What's clan Fallowshields? Do they have like a?
A symbol?
Yeah.
A crest? Yeah, it's here. Basically, it is a broken halo, I believe is what I put it as. Specifically, it used to be
You should get like
Used to be a
one of
golden
those
halo.
things, but it's that.
And
impervious
when they-
sphere or whatever,
when they
so like
became
as soon
Clan
as damage
Fallowshield,
comes
they
through,
purposely broke the
just
shield
kinda-
on their symbol and darkened the halo until they got their honor back. So that's what they.
So when
Have an
Sari
amulet of shield
told
spell.
everyone that we were going to her. I keep wanting to call it a baptism.
Your baptism. Okay.
Dwarf.
Good enough.
Baptism
Your
by fire.
inauguration,
They just dunk you in alcohol.
My ceremony.
your ceremony.
Yeah, your ceremony.
Eve would have gotten with Lady Crestor and asked for her favorite jeweler.
Okay.
Because Eve got a present for Sari for getting
For my
baptized.
For my baptized.
Like a little bracelet with
Subscribed.
that symbol on
Okay.
it.
All right.
So how much does that cost me?
We'll worry about the cost in a moment.
Okay.
We'll do the.
I mean, I don't want to talk about that in front of you. Like that's kind of bad manners.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you given it to
No.
me yet? Okay.
Make sure the tag's gone.
Sari,
Yes. What?
I have something for you.
I think they're gonna make out.
Don't make me throw.
How much have you had to drink?
all over the place.
You do what? What is it?
14 drinks.
Pardon me.
I don't know if
That
this
makes
is
sense to have more to
something
do.
that you'd wear, but you seem to love that ring so much. I thought this is for you.
Will not have puked.
And it has the. I should have got. Should I have got the necklace and the. I love it. She puts it on. Jared, look what Evie got me.
Oh.
Now it's official, right?
Oh, is it armor?
No, it's the symbol of the clan.
Oh, well.
I'm sorry, I was holding it this way. I can see how.
I mean,
that would
it works either way. I know what the symbol looks like upside down.
Evie, that was sweet of you. You didn't have to, but I love it. Thank you.
Just kiss already.
What's happening? You're welcome.
Actually, she will. She'll give Eve like a kiss on the cheek.
Eve's face will just go with red.
Full red.
Oh,
Now we can actually focus on our fighting.
I
Thank
thought,
God.
Not in your state. Easy.
thought I was the matchmaker, but this guy over here, he's got heart.
No, you're the womanizer.
What?
Is there a woman here that we could
Woman,
try your works on?
Is there a woman here?
I don't know.
Gerard goes, is there a woman here? And like
No, Gerard's
25 people raise their
He
hands.
doesn't like girls.
They're
with beards.
indistinguishable from
Gerard's
the man.
actually a woman.
I meant no offense.
No. We're all having a good time.
I'm just saying
Your
all
4
the
drinks
women
behind me, by the way.
are interested in Victor.
I will catch up.
I mean, not all
I
the women.
mean, if you want to learn knife dancing, you'll learn from the best.
Knife
Knife
dancing.
Right.
And Dolly looks you over and she goes, I could learn a little bit of knife dancing. I don't know why she's every dwarf woman is southern. Dang it! Why do I do this to myself?
Just make sure he knows where the sheath is before you get
Oh no! Oh no!
Most family friendly.
That was family friendly. All the kids went right over their head.
I'm sorry, children.
All right. So the night wears on, and one by one, everybody passes out from drinking too much. Unless somebody absolutely abstains, and Bolt doesn't.
Yep. I rolled a 4.
From drinking.
Eve.
You just
wow.
kind of like
I'm just
Still
like
doing it.
watching this room priest.
Sarai notices that it takes her a lot longer
Being drunk.
Mhm.
before she, she's usually kind of a lightweight, but since acquiring the new amulet, she's able to put it away a little bit.
Does she attribute that to the amulet or to being in Clan Fallowshield though? Because she might just be like, "I'm in a dwarf clan
I'm
now."
an
I have
official
to- yeah.
It's like Turgan doesn't think he's magic, but actually is.
Right. Maybe a little of both.
Okay. Because we're not done with what happens to Sarah.
Oh no, that's exciting.
Because
You die again.
You died again.
we're getting all of his stuff out of the way.
They
because it's not
reforged
gonna be
you.
here
They
next
found out
week.
you were involved.
So once you do pass out,
Mhm.
you find yourself dreaming and floating in a familiar dark void. And where there were once, dozens or maybe even 100 or so cloaked figures, there is just one standing in front of you. And it is tall, and he kind of has a bulkier build. You can see almost like the hint of shoulder plates underneath the robes that all members of the Choir of the Crags wear. And he says, "Seredan, we finally found you. We need your help."
And you are?
I am Sir Kenrithal Dissonance, former wielder of the choir and current member.
I need to start bringing a notebook to these things.
What's the name?
Sorry, I wouldn't. remember
Kenrithal Dissonance.
Kennethal?
Kenrathal. Kenrithal.
Kennethal.
that. Sarah would remember.
Dissonance.
Kenneth likes tennis.
Tennis.
Dissonance.
Kenrithal Ditennis.
He died playing
Forgive me,
tennis.
but you look like you're part of the Choir of the Crags, but I don't know that we've ever met.
No, we wouldn't have. You only knew the fragmented ones.
Yes, and you're part of the other group.
Yes.
And
Ezra,
now I'm
look up
nervous.
As I said, I have come here beseeching your help.
Okay, I'm listening.
We have made a mistake.
No shit.
Fair enough.
You can bleep that if you need to.
Family.
Sorry, children.
Not anymore.
The deal that we made with Aventhi in order to free Aneria from the Arcanum has gone south.
In what way? Not that I'm surprised.
As in our power has waned and his has only grown. And now he threatens to bring the entire world under his heel if we do not stop him.
All right. Are you representing the entire choir now, or is there a new fragment? And where is Aventhi at the moment?
I do not know where his current location is, but I can give you information that will lead you to him.
Excellent.
And I am representing the choir besides the fragment that we have lost track of.
Well, they're sort of in here now. Did you know about how I died and they brought me back? I can tell you that story another time.
And he reaches out and he grabs your head unless you stop him.
Okay, no, I wouldn't.
And it's just like this gauntleted hand, and it just feels cold as he just sifts through your memories, and he goes,
That's very
I know what happened.
violated. Okay. Do you know if there's any way for me to bring them back by chance, or are they gone forever?
If we were at full strength, we could extract them.
And how do we return to full strength? Killing Eventhy?
Yes.
Sign me up.
That just like that?
Of course.
All right, perfect. He like gets rid of his whole speech about like.
Or
like
unless you were going to
payments.
offer me something in order to do that, then I'd be willing to take payment.
We understand that this is a request that would require compensation. What do you wish? Besides bringing back the fragmented.
To be honest with you, the thing that I want most is simply your patronage again.
Done.
But does that mean I can still turn them into a flute if I want?
If you can acquire the true will of the crags from Eventhy, yes.
Okay. Now I have motivation. No, I had motivation before, but now I
my
really
flip
have motivation.
And you drink it and play at the same time.
So, wait, what was it that finally made you snap out of your stupidity? Forgive me, I'm a little upset.
We have been drained in power as of late because of his deal.
So he's taken something from you.
He's taken most of us from us.
If I can find him and put an end to him, recover the will of the crags, what would the choir's purpose become?
As it always has been, we will provide balance in the world.
Does that mean doing evil, nasty things when there's too much good?
Yes.
Could I persuade you otherwise?
Me personally, maybe. The whole choir, who are outside currently, they're waiting at the door. What did he say?
Richie!
Right, Chief. You would have to talk with them.
All right, something to work towards then.
It's noble to have goals.
Okay, so what do we need to do? Is there another ceremony that I get to go through 2 ceremonies in one night? That's exciting.
No, you'll just wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Gerard kicks you awake.
Okay.
And you have been restored to your previous class and level, sir. So congratulations, you're
previous level when you died, 6.
Wait a minute.
No, so you get to be level 9, but you can go back to being your Warlock that you've been playing.
Yeah.
And so you can be restored now that your connection to the choir has been reestablished. Kind of on the down low, but it's there.
Now, he said that sorry, my brain was going too many directions. He said that he
Had clues.
had clues or like leads
yes.
on where Eventhy was. I would have wanted to ask him.
Of course, he would have. He basically, with that mind transfer, would have put that in your mind when
Okay.
you woke up. So, so you actually wake up, and there is a new bit of information in your mind.
Okay.
In 30 days, 7, give or take, there will be somebody at Archdom that works for Eventhy.
Okay.
That's all the information he gave you.
I don't have a name. I don't have an appearance.
Nope, unfortunately not.
30 days. Okay. Okay. What would Sarah do? I think the first thing she would do, actually, would be to, like, get up. Well, Gerard was,
Yes.
like, kicking her. Be like,
Everybody go and roll me a Constitution saving throw except for Bolt, who doesn't really get drunk, I suppose.
Gerard, what is it?
Are your weapons ready?
Excellent. And then she would actually attempt to cast the Song of the Unseen spell.
Okay. And he kind of just like stops for a moment as you start singing, and he looks around a little bit and he goes, "What was I doing over here?"
And she'll start laughing and be like, "It works!" And
Eve, have you seen Seredan? Did you include Eve in the Song of the Unseen?
no, I mean, I don't
Okay.
think she would have thought about anything. Do you know what I mean? She just would have tried to
No.
see if it works.
All right. Well, if you see her, tell her weapon's ready.
And she'll like end the spell
Okay.
and be like, "Evie,
She.
it's back! It's back! My connection
Does
to
Gerard
the choir.
Yes.
I just was visited by. Hold on, I gotta screw up this name. By
You don't even have to try usually.
by I know, but I don't usually write it down. By Kenneth D'Artagnan. Anyway, big cloaked shoulder pads, and he was part of the choir. And apparently, she's just like too flustered to speak. They've realized finally that Aventhi is actually a bastard. He was stealing power from them, and she just like starts to like say something derogatory about the choir and catches herself because she's like, they're probably listening. And they now want me to help kill him to regain that power. They even think that if we can do that and sort of restore them to the full power, they might be able to bring back the fragment that was sort of used themselves up to restore me to life. Anyway, it's very exciting.
This energy level is way too much.
Congratulations.
7 a.m.
I got an 18.
18, you're
Yeah.
good. 17,
20.
you're good. 20. Yeah, you're all a little hungover, but you're
like,
yeah.
You haven't even had coffee
Too
yet.
much.
Like,
It's too early. I'm glad. But, jeez.
you'll need to stop talking so loud, please.
Easy! Do you not realize how amazing this is?
She just starts singing in your face.
All of Victor's blades are like,
This is amazing. I'm so happy for you.
I like
Just say
that.
the word.
I forgot. The old Sarah can be a bit much.
Oh, Drod stopped by and said your weapon is ready.
Right. That's amazing, and I'm a little bummed though because they did tell me that I can't actually. I don't have craggy.
That's because you are
Unfortunately.
Craig.
Well, right. I'm sort of infused.
Wait, can
with
you be
the
a cup?
essence of craggy.
Can we reforge her into something?
No, no.
If we bend your hand and tip you over, then you're like a teapot.
suddenly
But
That's a Dwarven
You
song.
focus your hand turns into a
she
pan
pours
flute.
water out of her hand.
But when we kill Aventhi, I'll be able to recover the will, and then I will have my flute cut back. That will be awesome. And there was something else I forgot what
We
I was
have
going
a
to say.
clue?
Yes,
What's
thank you. That's what I was going to say. They don't. Here, have an epic die. They don't.
I'll allow it.
A lot of chaos.
Perfect.
Don't know where you got that from, but I'll allow it.
It's a
It was
secret
just
stash.
sitting in my box when I got here.
It's
I
the
must have
under
forgot
the
to give it to
table
you last
stash of epic die that we hide from you.
They
I'm gonna roll.
did. They had a lead. They said that 30 days. Well, they didn't actually say this. They sort of mind melded with me, and now I know that in about 30 days, in Archdom, there's going to be someone there who works for Aventhi. I don't know what he looks like.
You
Don't know what his
know-
name is. Might even be she.
Archdom can be kind of a large place. It's
I
kind
know,
of
but
vague.
it's something. It's more than we have.
More than we've had.
How are we going
All
to
right.
know it's them? I mean,
I'm on board.
are they going to walk around with "I'm with the Venti" written all over their back?
We'll find them, Vicky. Stop. I don't like your sort of negative
Al,
attitude going on right now. This is a
I-
very good news,
I need some
exciting
coffee
stuff.
right now.
Glass half full. Glass half full.
Everybody go and give me a history check, actually.
Did you get it in writing?
I just don't know if Bolt's there.
You're
Why isn't
probably
it a
over with the
contract?
rune priests, so. They've been teaching you all night how to, like, reshape all
That's what
day.
I
Wow.
17.
7,
18.
18. Victor, you do actually remember that you do know a few people who say that they've worked for Aventhi the Harvester.
Why didn't you tell us this before?
My head was hurting at that time.
And when he tells you the names, Bruna the Black Scar and Ganalan, you all remember, except for Ezra, who wasn't there during this part. That they were the people, along with that,
or whatever it was.
yeah, along with Hazakesh, that were the court.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And they were the ones who contracted Gavaneth to be brought to the court.
Except for
Bruno the Black Scar and
It's Bruna.
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 she's the one
Because
with
we
the
don't talk about Bruna.
Bruna.
She's
She had the helmet on.
Yeah, she had the helmet and the
all
hook
black
hand.
armor. Yeah.
It was our wedding.
and we killed the crocodile boy.
Yeah, you killed Hazakesh, who had the Fallow Crest.
That's right.
Which, by the way, you can give the if you want to present those to Gerard, the Fallow Crest or the Fallowshield crests that you got off of him, the dog tags, basically.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot I had.
And then there was Ganalan, who was a gnome. Yep.
Like the nipple cream.
I mean, that's probably
That's
somewhere
lamb.
where we can start.
That's
Like
sheep.
sheep.
Yeah.
That's what it is, yeah.
I don't know if that's where they were going,
Trust
but
me, you're
they're
gonna
still
need it.
out there somewhere.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did we get when we were there? Did we get a glimpse of their ship? 'Cause I remember they left right to get on a ship.
I think
they were-
I saw it leaving
Yes.
as I.
And it looked like a typical skiff, like the Arcana uses.
It was it was Bruna, the Black Scar, Ganalan. Who was the one that we killed?
Hazakesh.
Hazakesh.
Yeah, that was the crocodile dude.
Yeah.
Renekton.
Right. Okay. So Sarah will go follow. Catch up with Gerard.
So Gerard is over by the forge talking, he's watching as Herdris and Bolt make finishing runic touches on
Now-
the...
I'm just like this, right?
Yes, you need to make sure that you do the sweeping arc for the fire rune. Because it has to kind of flow like fire, you know?
Okay, I'll remember that.
So she'll run up and be like, Gerard, first of all, I forgot. We killed this large crocodile thing, and he had these dog tags, for lack of a better word, on him that I believe he had taken as trophies from our fellow clan members. I thought they ought to be returned.
And he takes them and he looks over the backs that basically have the names on them, and he goes, there was a specific caravan that got ambushed, and all hands were lost. They lost a pretty big trap crystal with a demon inside of it.
They have been avenged.
Thank you.
But
Trap crystal.
but the demon,
What
perhaps
kind of-
we need to put an end to that as well.
We'll be on the lookout for that one.
Maybe that can be a side quest for us.
That sounds like Gabaneth.
Yeah, man, that's an interesting name. Is he a demon?
A gray slot encountered.
No,
in the
different
swamps.
different types. Differents are different than slots.
Okay,
It's an honest mistake.
Not the same.
And he takes the dog tags and
Same Gabaneth.
hands them off to Herdris, who kind of puts them into a pocket. We'll give them proper burial.
Also, I think I might have a lead on a Menthe.
Really?
I had a dream last night, and I think it was more than your run-of-the-mill too much alcohol dreams.
Right.
You dream. I just see black.
I had a dream that I went to the chrysalis naked.
It wasn't that dream.
Were there
That sounds horrible.
tons
It
of
was.
butterflies?
Everyone's laughing at me. It was not
Is that your
fun.
nightmare?
Then your teeth.
That would be a
fell out.
nightmare.
My teeth fell out.
I've had that one before.
I spoke with the choir again, and they seem to not be too pleased with the fact that, surprise, surprise, he's taken some of their power, not holding up his end of the bargain, trying to take over the world, etc.,
If
etc.
they would
So
have got it in
I was
writing,
right.
Yes,
And he
you
looks
were.
over at Herdris and pulls out a gold and hands it to him.
If they would have got it in writing, they wouldn't have any of these problems. Telling you.
That's
Yeah,
actually
it's
very
well
true.
known that the gods are bound by words
Yeah.
written.
None of them have ever betrayed their word or anything. like
Have you ever seen Little Mermaid?
Or
When King
Sinbad?
Triton signs his name to that contract.
And Sinbad.
Binding.
It is.
that. I need to see Sinbad.
Should
So,
The one with Shaq, right?
As much as great as that is, we can't really send the whole.
no, of course. We
Con
plan
after-
on following up.
Okay. If you get confirmation though, and he goes, doesn't he have a communication ring on hand?
I do.
That's an interesting finger to put that on. and he takes it, and he will. He'll actually take it over to the anvil and grab one of the hammers, and he'll just whisper into it a little bit, and then just smash it down on the ring, and the the Fallowshield crest will be on it. It's
Excellent.
so that should get you directly to me if you find out any information.
Perfect.
And where was it you were going?
Well, the lead isn't supposed to be in Archdom until 30 days from now, so we have a bit of business to take care of beforehand.
I'll see if we can get any clan members out there too to help out.
Excellent.
Reinforcements.
And this whole time she hasn't even been like paying attention, but then she sort of like looks sort of casually and then like double takes and she's like, it's beautiful.
Yep, so what you see here is they've taken Bolt and Herdris, working with the other rune priests all night. They've taken one side of the scimitar and they've basically like molded it back up so the two blades kind of molded together to create a glaive, a standard glaive for you, so you can have your glaive back.
Is it still like kind of ruby,
ruby tinted and
colored
yep.
and almost
Yep, it's got like
like
a little
that.
bit of like dragon scale on it and everything like
Awesome.
that. So
Did
it
we
is
add-
the same weapon. It's just a.
Did we add the Embarrass feather to that too?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
when-
Does it have like a little bit of like feather
Fletching on the
kind of like
yeah.
you know how they do like Damascus steel,
Right,
different color, but like maybe like in like the feather.
Yeah, like on the haft, I would say.
Yeah.
Like where the grips, in between the grips, maybe.
Give it a spin.
She'll pick
Back
it up,
up,
and,
it's
and,
been a while.
and not that long, and she'll go through like a kata. What
Turbo
what would you call
Macarena,
that?
go.
Like,
Give me a quick
Paladin's
performance
warm-up.
check.
oh yeah, come on,
Oh,
baby.
your favorite. Butt action.
The butt action is back.
I'm gonna use this that I probably don't actually have access to, and it's 17.
Yeah, it's what? Where did
They
these?
were in my box too.
Look, if I don't ask for them back by the end of the night, they're yours.
Sweet.
That's the new
Alright.
rule.
Cool.
New rule.
You gave them back though.
You heard it here first.
Don't reach over the DM screen. Yeah, so it's a fine presentation, and
All right.
all the dwarves are like, yeah, it's a well balanced weapon. I think we did really good. Well, they're more impressed with their own work than your your actual performance. So
It's perfect. Thank you, and Bolt, thank you.
I didn't do too much. It just kind of held the tongs here and hammered
the
there.
flashlight.
Did you learn anything?
Yeah, I just held the flashlight.
Over here.
he
Over
was a
here.
great gopher, that's for sure.
I can't say.
Oh, I love it.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Dad.
So so I guess the next destination is just back to Terrebonne for you, or what do you got going on?
Right, we're waiting for our ride. How long has it been?
It's the 6th day, so it'll be another day,
Okay.
but you can just spend that day relaxing.
We have 1 day to recover from our hangovers, right, boys?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine.
So
Bloodshot
sorry.
eyes say otherwise.
Go give me a performance check to go through a routine.
5.
Your bowstring finally snaps.
You weren't even touching it.
I literally picked it up to do a shot. I'm like,
Listen,
Alright.
we can go shopping. Let's go get another bowstring.
let's go get string.
All right, well, good fortune to all of you.
Thank you, Gerard. I am incredibly honored by everything that you've done for me. And it feels great to have a clan to call home.
And it's good to have you around. And all of your friends, too. You're all really fine people. And I couldn't...
Honorary Fallowshields?
Honorary fellowship.
Honorary Fallowshields. Sure, I can do that, right? And her just is like...
Let's all go get, let's all go get
Fallowshields
tattoos.
Yes. I just got one yesterday and it still hurts.
Did you? Let me see.
I know.
It's
pretty
X-Men.
cool. Yeah, kind of like X-Men.
You didn't tell me you're going to get a. You just didn't want me to come along.
It's part of the second. Forget
Trial?
the name. Test.
Oh, it's one of those potion things. I see.
Ito gone.
Sounds pretty cool.
John.
I have to
John.
admit.
Gone.
Itogon.
Ito gone.
Very cool.
Okay, so you guys head back to Terrebonne, spend a day just relaxing, chilling. You know, you guys have to recover from a hangover, that's for sure. Eve, how you doing? Everything good?
No,
No? Okay,
things are not good.
alrighty. So Eve's feeling a little distant at this point.
Yeah.
At about maybe about like an hour after everybody arrives back at the Crester Mansion, Eve does wander off on her own for a bit to just kind of relax in her room. Okay. So, but if you want, you can reconvene with everybody after that.
Is it apparent to the rest of us that she's feeling out of sorts?
You have an 8 intelligence, and even you know that she's feeling out of sorts.
All right. I thought you were about to insult me, so thank you.
Is he calling me a bimbo?
Evie, something bothering you? You seem to be upset about something. Have I offended you somehow?
This is through the door, Anna and Elsa style, by the way.
Do you want to kill a Venti? It doesn't have to be a Venti.
Yes, it does. Okay, bye.
Perfect.
That's good. Actually, Eve, wow, I'm just going to always do that forever.
What's
Sarah
my name? What's my name?
is itching for a fight right now because she just wants to, like, attack something with the glaive. Anyway, maybe that's just me.
I'll spot with you.
So you're trying to fight Eve? Is that what you're saying?
No. But when he said it doesn't have to be a Venti, I'm like, yeah, like, let's just go find something. Somebody, some evil villain.
Let's just go be Batman and wait. Rattles corner of a street for crime.
Same. Poor Rattles.
He sighs, but you can't hear it. He's just like...
So, I mean, I would maybe go up and, like, knock on the door, unless you'd rather, like, have her come down and be in the common room.
That's up to Eve, what she wants to do.
Who is it?
Are you...
like, if you knocked on the door, I'd say who is it?
Oh, yeah, no. I
She's like,
It's...
What's my name again?
It's Sarah. Is everything okay?
No.
Evie, you seem upset. Have I
I am upset.
offended you? Is there something you could talk about?
She'll open the door.
What? Sorry, right.
I think that's a lovely weapon that you've been given by the clan, and I think you should learn to love that weapon. And I'm just upset about going home. And I need to. It's long overdue. And I'm just nervous about how they'll react.
I can understand.
Please promise me you'll give this weapon a chance.
I will. I actually am very excited to have it, but you're concerned about me recovering the will of the crags.
I think it's time for breakfast.
Okay.
So you guys descend the stairs into the foyer when the door bursts open and a large ogre comes rumbling into the room, and he scoops you both up and he goes, "I found you guys!"
At first I thought you were giving us something to fight. I was like, yay! Oh, it's
Hug! I'm so happy to see you. Oh, sorry. And he lets you go. Don't know my own strength.
You know, how are those, what are they called?
Furs?
Furs. How are the furs treating
A
you?
little less soft. I've been sleeping a lot.
Depressed.
But Kes did something and got the ship moving faster, and we got here early.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Did he do something about the squeaky floorboards?
No. You can still make music.
Did he upgrade Sari's tub?
There's more squeaky floorboards now.
Oh, no. Thank you for reminding me. Is there a room I can steal a tub from?
I'm sure there is. I don't know if there's still
A clawfoot tub.
Big enough.
Oh my gosh. A clawfoot tub, he just takes a saw and cuts into the deck. And then just drops it in.
Yep.
It's like the pool on the top of a cruise ship.
We could ask Lady Crestor. Was it for yourself, or you wanted to bring it aboard the ship?
Oh, Keska said you needed a new one. Said the other one was used as part of the ship.
Yes, we would love to have a nice new tub, actually. That would be lovely. Let's see what we can do. And she'll go ask Rattles, maybe, if there's a spare tub that we could take.
He kind of just like gives you a look.
It's very important. Lady Crestor business.
We have to make some bathtub gin.
Deception check.
I think I'm actually good at deception. Am I? I'm okay at deception.
You didn't get your charisma book.
I am not very good at deception today. And that was a 6.
He kind of raises his hands to this kind of, it almost looks like just like a ribbon with some runes on it, and he taps a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
And a few moments later, Mash comes over and he goes, "What's this about a tub that you need?"
Right. It's important. Hygiene. We need a tub. Mash, just can you please get us one?
In true Mash fashion, that was a natural 1 on his insight.
Yes, just remember, I did get you a job.
Yeah, of course, yeah. A tub, that wouldn't be too hard.
We gotta cook gumbo. Somehow.
I mean, the tub has to be hard. It can't be a soft tub.
No, I mean the acquiring of the tub, sorry. Get out of here. Get out.
It's like one of those
Have you met my
squishy
dad?
toilets. Squishy toilet. I am old enough to be all of your dads combined.
Yes.
He is his own grandpa.
This is true.
Yeah, I'll get you a tub. That shouldn't be too hard. I think we've got a spare one. Do we have a spare one in the basement?
How many rooms are in this mansion?
132.
Surely there's an extra.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find one somewhere. That shouldn't. I'm sure Lady Crestor won't mind.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In fact, she probably wouldn't even notice that it was missing.
She has exactly 30 tubs, one for every day of the month.
I gotcha. All right.
And
All right, then.
Can I have, when I was doing my retail therapy, purchased a potion of bath?
A bath potion. Yeah, sure.
A bath bomb?
How much would that cost?
That's
And
It's in here.
It's a
You
common
weren't here
potion.
when he
Yeah.
was looking
It's
at
like
it.
it's like 40 gold for it.
It's like
Yeah.
full of potassium. So when
Oh,
you
good. I
water,
can
it's
save
full.
this for later.
Okay.
It's an assassination tool.
I do
I
like
mean,
the
you
one
can
that
use the
explodes
tubs
bathtubs,
here,
so
like
pretty good.
without taking them.
Right. I'm just
really
saying, while we're on the road.
To the plain tubs.
Now,
Yeah,
is there
plenty of
anything
tubs.
else that I can do for you while I'm here?
This is the bath potion.
Oh, it's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
It's a real homebrew thing. But yes.
Yeah. It's a Griffin saddlebag thing. I don't know. Does anybody need anything? Evie, do you need some breakfast? You said it was time for breakfast.
I am hungry.
I was like, I could eat 1,000 eggs.
And
Okay,
probably
Gaston.
chickens,
It
too.
literally-
that's all it does. That's so useless and awesome.
I know.
We'll make sure that the bath potion was up on the screen so everybody else can see how wonderful it is.
That's where the seatbelt.
And every last interview's covered with hair, too.
Yeah, I've been growing it out. Finally.
No one bites like hug hug. No one
Fights.
bites like hug hug.
No one smells like
Oh, well, if your ogre friend wants to join for breakfast or brunch at this point.
I hope the larders are full.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They might
always.
not be when he's done.
You know what? I know just the thing. I'll be right back. And he runs off directly for the docks because, yeah, he's going for that gumbo. Mash is getting any excuse he can to go get some
Comes
gumbo.
back with like one of the
It is
a barrel
great.
full of
It's made
it.
by an
He comes back-
apothecary,
A
right?
tub full of
Yeah.
gumbo.
Yeah, he comes back with the quaffin.
Oh.
Yeah, wheeling the cart of gumbo. And he's just like, I heard there was somebody really hungry here that wanted some gumbo.
Yes, please.
This.
Yeah,
Big
I have
guy.
my punch
This.
card.
Do you have
all this?
Do you have a breakfast gumbo? That seems kind of weird.
We'll put a little egg in there.
Yeah, it's the same, but just has more egg.
Do you,
Yes.
do you have
Egg-
a
little
loyalty
bacon
card or
bits.
punch card
Yeah.
program that we
Chorizo.
can...
Ooh.
No?
Stop.
You eat it on a piece of bread.
So after a delicious meal of gumbo and Victor
Breakfast gumbo.
breakfast gumbo
Yeah.
and Victor trying to convince him to get loyalty rewards implemented into his cart. Give me a persuasion check for that. Let's see if that works.
That is a natural 10 plus.
A natural
I'm just going to say that on every roll from now on. That's a natural 12.
Yeah, by the end, he's like, you guys have worked out the details. And he's like, I'm going to start implementing a loyalty program. And he looks specifically over to Mash. And he's like, I might lose some money somewhere, but I'll gain it back in other places. That's a really good idea. Thank you.
No problem. Just remember.
And Hug says, we're ready to go if you guys are.
I think so.
Yes. Yep.
I've taken care of all of my business in town.
I need to make a stop before we leave, but they should be good.
All right, so...
Okay, so Vicky has an errand, but I believe the rest of us are ready.
Great.
Oh, do you have a
What do you have?
a woman to meet?
A little knife dancing to do for the road? Fill up
Actually, I do
fill up
have a
that
date
canteen.
with a dagger somewhere. No, I just need to go pick something up.
What is it?
Another dagger?
Of course. What
Okay.
else would it be?
Oh. No.
Have to add to your
I had-
collection. Got it.
Preston, your face.
This breakfast is going on forever.
Hey, did you put something a little extra
Gumbo
in
was
the gumbo?
Gumbo spike.
We just add a
No,
little
it's
spice to it.
No,
That's
well, I
all.
was out. I was dropping off some provisions in those last basilisk things I had. I was hoping to get something crafted by the Wings fellas here, so I just need to go talk to them, see if it's finished.
Well, when you get back, we'll go. Duh.
I deserve that.
Actually, what? You can meet us at the greatest treasure.
It was the hand.
Right, just meet us there.
I'll go with Victor to make sure he doesn't get lost. He likes to meander.
Well, sometimes you just have to talk with people about the knife dancing, you know.
You don't. You can just keep walking.
They don't always want
So
to.
they
They
don't-
don't always want to talk back, but
Have
still
you
hear an
heard about
earful.
our Lord and Savior, the dagger?
do you have a moment? Yeah.
Do you have a moment to speak to me about the pain?
They open their door and there's just a halo of daggers in front.
Be not afraid. All right,
They were
Hug's
sore
actually going to
afeared.
take Seredan and Eve and pick them up and put them in a clawfoot tub and then lift it up onto his shoulder and be like,
It's
"Look,
a palanquin.
It's a cloth of palanquin. Yep.
Just imagine. Well, never mind. I'll imagine it and keep it to
It's
myself.
not a Viagra commercial. Tone it down.
So, and then Bolt trails behind. He goes, sorry, I don't really think I could carry all three of you.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't want to be
Do
carried.
you want to come with me and Victor? It's gotta be awkward.
I mean, like that was a
talk to
selling
that.
point. It's
Yeah.
gonna be awkward. You
This
love
is
it.
a unique opportunity to learn about relationships.
You gotta.
I'll just
you gotta-
watch from afar.
There
Don't
might
worry.
be
Don't worry
buttresses
about
where
me.
they go. Just saying.
Yeah, we're gonna go on Buttress Row.
Oh.
Your favorite street.
Okay, I'm coming with it.
It's really just like Bleak Street, but we just call it Buttress Row.
Yeah, because there's a lot of buttresses. It's like some architect.
I point out. I'm like a tour guide. I point out the history of, and that one was installed in 1206 after the Great Buttress Fire.
Roll a d20 to see how many minutes it takes to regret this.
One. I don't have to roll.
One. Natural one.
He's over talking about buttresses. I'm finding random
This is like
people.
our conversation.
For
This is when a
players
player
to
can
fudge
cheat.
their numbers.
Let's see. Yeah, it's a one.
Just standing in the middle, just like
I'll accept that.
Travolta.
So you guys head off to basically the encampment on the other side of Terabon. Basically, it's like Fallowshield on one side, and then the Lapis Wing, the Tempered Requiem, who have been kind of protecting Terabon ever since Greenwood's kind of fall. They've been adding like extra security, that sort of thing. And Ivan smiles and waves as you approach. He says, "Victor, it's good to see you again."
It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I was hoping to come and see if perhaps that order might have been.
Oh yeah, we've got that done for you.
Oh, excellent,
Yeah.
excellent.
Did you want to see Dratia? She was just talking with my mother. Or are you good?
Oh, he was going to do some knife dancing.
I don't know.
With his
She's a lot.
You never know.
Hey, she's aged really well.
Mhm.
And we know that your
Silver
characters
fox.
have a penchant for older women.
It might be, you know, if permissible, just to pay respects and things. My friends are awaiting us to leave quickly, but it might be good to at least. I don't want to interrupt anything if she's, you know, telling people.
Victor, it's fine. You're all right.
You know my.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see your eyes.
Just
I'm glad that it happened. Dratia told us all about it, and we've been learning a lot.
okay. Cool. Anything different that is not part of Creed or things I need to know
Yeah,
about?
she's got some interesting ideas about the Creed and how it used to be.
Okay.
I think we're probably going to be paying a visit to Scaldseat here pretty soon, or at least starting the travel there. It's going to take a little bit, but we might charter a boat.
I'll tell you what, give them my respects, and perhaps I'll see them there.
Oh,
Somewhat soon. We've got
Makes
some
sense.
errands to run, and I think at some point I'd like to pop in.
yeah.
Unless we die
Of course.
on the way. Could happen.
You know,
That-
he's not wrong.
Yeah, that's clearly an issue. Sure. But your order, and he calls over. I think his name was. I can't remember the name of the blacksmith. He was a big fire Genasi with a flaming beard. So.
Not good far enough back. Past kiss.
All I remember is that he wasn't wearing a shirt.
Yep. He's not wearing a
That's all I
shirt.
remember too.
Yeah.
And, but he actually comes over and he's got like a simple wooden box that he opens up, and it's velvet lined, and inside is a new dagger, and it's made of basilisk fang, and he put a nice little like heartwood pommel on it, and he presents it to you and goes, it should be pretty well balanced, but if you want to give it a try.
Victor will pick it up and kind of do one of those, you know.
Give me a
his
performance check.
like the coin thing, but with a
Yeah,
dagger.
but with a dagger.
He just does the
That's,
balance check.
A natural.
Natural 17 plus 2.
Yeah, I mean it's a dagger. You know how to handle a dagger. You attune to it pretty quickly. Attune is in.
It is a
Dagger
very
is going
fine
up,
blade.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This means a lot to me.
Absolutely, it's always an honor to make a new blade for a potential member. And Ivan goes, we'll talk about that at Scaldseat, I think. But you should start. You really should start thinking about that.
Victor's like,
Clearly thinking about
Victor's clearly like, I didn't consider that.
Thank you. Go. Thank you.
Yeah, have a wonderful day, I guess, Victor. And it's good to see you as well.
And he'll just like rigidly like bow and like,
Thank you later.
He does that when he's weird.
when he's anticipating
When
some
he's
knife
weird.
dancing.
you said it was going to be awkward. So.
I meant them, but this was awesome too.
It's just awkward all around. That's
Welcome to the episode 39.
Right, yeah.
the awkward episode.
With Sarah and Eve, I think Sarah would be trying to like lighten the mood a little bit in the tub and not bring up anything
Lighten the mood in the tub.
about warlocks or patrons
Ivan
or
Faust.
weapons.
Yeah.
And she would just be like, "So, I really can't wait to meet your family. I feel like I already know Fifi. I hope she's as taken with me as I am with her, even though I've never met her. What's she like? Tell me more about your mother."
Well,
Now I'm going to psychoanalyze you, apparently. Tell me about your mother.
I don't even know if she'll want to see you, Sarah. I'm sorry.
Why is that?
She's a Macifist. They don't.
I can hide my magic.
You shouldn't. I would never want you to change yourself.
Well, how are you going to hide yours?
I'm not going to.
But we're coming with you.
I know.
Stop now.
That's Sarah playing with some
That-
random
yeah,
stick that she
and
pulled
failing
off
my
of a tree.
performance
And
check.
wishing
Yeah.
that it were a flute.
Yeah.
Yep.
Spin around and Hug gets stabbed 3 times.
Sorry.
See, that is a story
It is. That's a good
that
story.
someone
Yeah.
could pay for.
It's like OnlyFans, but for embarrassing stories.
I would pay for
That
that.
is actually a really
I
good
would
idea.
pay for that over OnlyFans.
It's like,
I think that's just
But better.
TikTok, actually.
So what you're saying is, we're going to meet her, but she's not going to like us.
I don't even know if they'll let us see my parents.
Is there any persuading we could do to help otherwise?
Well, I have some things I need to tell you all about Rowan. And maybe we should wait for the others to get back.
All right.
Oh.
You're here!
You guys found
We're just
us.
sitting in the tub.
yeah. Hug's been at like the dock for a while, but he hasn't wanted to interrupt the conversation. He's just been standing there awkwardly, like people like moving around him. He's just go around.
Sorry,
Nothing to
feeling
see here.
My attempts to
Move
lighten the
on.
mood have failed miserably.
It's not.
Looks like negotiations ran short.
Before we go to Rowan, first of all, I know better by now than to try and talk you out of doing stupid things. You seem to love to do them.
Try how to take that. You're not wrong.
But I just don't know how much you all know about Macifists, and I think I should.
I'm sorry, Victor. Did you want to say something?
Victor, what is it?
Just,
He's very,
Did you not think?
breathing and drinking don't mix. Yeah, we're good.
Okay. The first thing you need to know is that Macifists believe that they're truly good people. And I think for the most part they are. Our core values are industry and family and privacy. And I think part of the reason why we don't like magic, you know what I mean, is because we think it's better to do things yourself and not take a shortcut, essentially. But they don't take kindly to magic users or magic sympathizers, meaning they're punished.
How? What do they do?
Well, we have a council of elders, it's called. There are 6 of them, and my father is actually a member. But you're elected by the community, and you sit on the council forever, really, until you die. You can get voted out, but that's very rare. And if someone finds a magic user or magic sympathizer, they'll bring it to the Council of Elders, and that person will be tried. Everyone in the town will give a testimony of their interactions with that individual, and after which there's a trial that's held. The accusers and the accused get an opportunity to tell their side of the story, and then the entire community votes on the outcome. They think
What is the outcome
If
usually?
they're found guilty,
if they're found guilty or not, and then it's up to the Council of Elders to determine the punishment.
and those range from.
How you continue to circle around the punishment thing.
Well-
it's very much
Basically,
character,
we
and I
want
love
to
it.
know if we're going to die or just get a little community service.
If you're a magic sympathizer, you're taken into the woods, stripped of your clothes, and tied to a tree and left for a week. If
Sounds
you survive, if you survive, you're not given food or water. If you're not eaten by a beast and miraculously you live, then it's deemed the will of the ancients, our ancestors. And you're welcomed back into the community. But welcomed is generous. No one will talk to you or look at you or
Basically an outcast.
until the council deems that you've paid your penance. And
And if you're a magic user,
Or a small
well, I've only seen it done once. They put a cuff around your neck and bolt it with chains to the floor, and then you are ceremoniously stabbed until you die. And then they burn your body.
Charming.
No, charring.
Isn't it Wasn't that what I said?
Bulls
remember, so-
coming in clutch with dad jokes.
Wait, lighten the mood there, Dad.
I'm sorry, everyone was feeling so down.
Tell me
But I do see your concern.
And they don't know that I use magic, but the trio has suggested I not hide that part of me, and I think they're right. Regardless, I'd be punished for running away.
You won't be punished. I will wear that.
I know. But really, I just want to talk some sense into them, help them see that they can believe the things that they do, but they don't need to punish someone by death. Let those people free, let them escape the community.
Is the same punishment regardless of if they know they are using magic or not?
I don't think... Well, I never did. People don't understand the difference.
Did age ever matter? Small children?
They do sound quite misguided.
So, Evie, what is your plan then? And how can we help?
Well, if the world were perfect, I'd be able to convince them that they're wrong. But it's not. So, I would love to be able to help my parents leave Rowan unharmed.
You think your father would go willingly?
I know he loves me.
Is that enough?
Best I can do is your mom.
What happens to sympathizers?
Oh boy.
I'm gonna get her out of there.
Strapped to a tree. Left to the elements.
So you say the will of the ancients. Hear me out. What if the will of the ancients is your ancestors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say we find a necromancer.
Oh, Victor.
Or
I mean,
if they're willing to believe.
They could come and say, "Look, you guys
do
are
know a
gods
mage.
are magic, right? Maybe the ancients are
Actually, that is-
a trio.
That is a good
They
question.
just don't know it.
Do your people worship any deities?
They don't. And in fact, the trio, they cannot enter Rowan.
So
I don't know
Magic. Protecting Rowan. That makes a lot of sense.
or
It's always the people who are anti-magic are caught using magic.
or there
Always is that way.
Contradictory.
What about an anti-magic field of some kind?
Which in itself
Artifact? Do you
is
have
magic.
any artifacts?
why.
Could you,
I don't know.
when you first began manifesting your powers, could you, were they being manifest in the town?
Yes.
And that's not unheard of.
I mean, it's happened to other people.
Is that the burn marks on your family tree?
Well,
Yes.
So you carry the burden with you.
Yes.
Makes sense.
So, we arrive
Mm-hmm.
and just walk into your parents' house.
I doubt we'll make it that far. I mean,
You'll
Rowan,
be accosted as a runaway.
most likely. And you all, outsiders are not necessarily welcome. They have a special place to keep you.
Would you prefer that we try to sneak in without causing a stir, or would you rather just go in open-faced and brazen?
I honestly think that honesty is the best tactic.
Alright.
and if
No subterfuge, then.
If honesty fails, I know my necromancer idea wasn't
No
my
subterfuge.
best. I could kill everyone on the board.
Probably not a great
Please
idea.
don't do that.
Okay.
These are my
Again,
friends and family.
This is
Okay, I'm just putting up what's on the table. What's
That
before
they are
us.
still living beings. They do deserve life.
That's fair,
Okay.
unless they're killing small children.
That I do agree with.
well.
I
Have we seen that?
and
Do
I
you know that
I
that's-
don't know. I've never seen a child killed. But has it happened?
Roll me a history check.
And that doesn't, again, they could be misguided.
It's not really something we can say on YouTube, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We'll just cut to mouths moving.
Or we could.
That's a 13.
Well, horrified looks.
You know rumors. You know the rumor mill is pretty popular, especially when it comes to other Macifist communities.
Yeah.
Very Salem witch trial-y.
Is anyone on the board higher than anyone else? I have the nectar of love stuff that I could use on someone, make them fall in love with pretty boy over here.
I'm not so pretty anymore.
We're taking the no
Don't sell
subterfuge,
yourself
no
short.
trickery
Okay.
on
We can glue this back onto your head if you want.
Will that make them like me more or less? Probably less.
Just putting it out there,
Well-
because I know sometimes our plans, we plan and it just doesn't work.
So we just shouldn't make plans.
I like that.
I just
We just have to say, we have a plan, and then cut to doing the plan. Because the minute you explain the plan, then you're carrying
Then you're
the plan.
already doing it.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Usually.
Movie
Cutting
101.
back,
right?
back and forth.
So,
And we're going to do this.
all right.
But then there's a twist. Always. Always.
So we're accosted, probably thrown in prison.
And I would ask, please don't fight back. It will just make things worse. If it's...
If I am challenged to a fight, my honor compels me to finish it.
I understand that.
It's a tenet.
What
that
if
I
they
would throw
threaten our lives?
If they threaten your lives, then I want you to protect yourselves.
I won't kill anyone who's innocent.
But please just remember, these people are misguided. I think for the most part, I don't know. I lived among them. I know them. I love them. But their privacy is highly valued, so there
Well,
are
if
lots
you
of
can
secrets.
change your mind, then they can change theirs.
Surely.
I agree.
You know, it was you, well, the other you, that,
It was pretty cool.
that really helped me see the beauty of magic. So I hope that we can convince them as well.
I guess we need old Ezra. I wonder what he's up to.
Good old Ezra.
Him like trying to convince the whole mimic to stay. He's like, look, man, I need somebody to guard the treasure, please.
But that one dwarf lady put that sign up that said I was evil.
Yeah, I know. Just we'll remove the sign. It's fine.
12!
Achoo.
Eve, we will respect your wishes. At least I think I can speak for us and say that we will.
I appreciate
will.
that.
To the best of our abilities.
We'll follow you through the 9 hells and back.
Perhaps.
There are 9? I don't know a lot about that.
I just assumed. I mean,
Wow.
because there's 8 rings, 9 hells seems logical. I don't know.
Can you explain the logic to Hug? Hug doesn't get the logic.
What's logic?
I mean, it's like 1, 2, 3. It's the next number. It just makes sense, right?
So it's like, do you think like the
Logic.
8 rings are like heaven then?
It's like a
No,
perfect number.
They're almost hell.
Wouldn't
being
7
8 rings.
Right,
No.
9 be the perfect number?
And there's 8, and there's 9. You know, it's all metaphysical.
It's very confusing. Also, we're getting kind of a traffic jam here at the loading dock.
Go around!
No, let's get on the ship.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do this.
We're still in the tub.
Yeah.
Everyone else is down on the ground, and we're like talking to them.
So that and everyone can hear this whole conversation. Anyhow, see you on the ship.
Yeah, Hug does get you guys up on the ship. Yeah.
Perhaps they just need some more perspective of the outside world. They seem very closed off, from what you said, very private.
Maybe we can
They are.
serve them with magic, and then they'll see how good it is, and then they won't want to go back.
And perhaps we can learn more about where the mistrust of magic is coming from in the first place, and help dissuade whatever belief it may be that thinks that it's wrong, that it's bad. I'm curious to know myself why they think it's such an evil thing.
I know that
I think it has to do with your oak lady.
Yeah, no, sir, I did not do any favors.
They were already like wary of magic.
perhaps we could convince, bad people do bad things regardless of magic or otherwise. I'm sure there's been Macifists that have done bad things that have not used magic before.
That's a good idea.
The other thing that kind of
Probably have a Castlevania priest.
stuck in my mind when you were talking was you mentioned that they prefer to do things on their own, using, their own bodies themselves. A lot of what we experience with magic is us. It's not, some of it does come from gods, but generally speaking, the magic is you. And so using it is much like a talent, singing or dancing or whatever. Perhaps maybe we could show them. I hope so, for your sake and your parents.
Let's put on a roadshow and show them all of our skills.
Oh, that was so much fun when we did the performance.
Well,
I only know about antiques and roadshow. I can appraise waters.
Probably my favorite roadshow ever. I think it will take all of us. Every single one of you.
We will follow you.
I got the magic, baby.
Well, let's do everything we possibly can.
I promise not to kill anyone unless you say okay, or if they try to kill me.
No burning down villages this
I won't
time.
burn villages.
I'll give you a sign.
When we're back on the ship, I'd maybe like to find just a moment alone with Eve that I can pull her aside.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll say that the ship takes off. Cass greets you all before getting back to work.
Cass, you look so good.
Thank you. Curlers have been very nice. Cass
They've
this
been
morning.
working very well.
Yes.
I can tell.
Yeah, they're very curved now. They're kind of curly, curly horns.
Sounds quite
The
painful.
body modification you're doing.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
You would look good with
You think
the
the skin just happens?
You need a feather earring, I think.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for
Give that a go.
He's just like,
but he'll just be like, we're going Bleakwood, yes? Yes?
Yes. Goldie here could show you the way.
And Goldie lands on a finger and he goes, whoop, and plucks another feather.
Caskins!
Ezra did it earlier.
Oh, goodness.
does the feather start
Do as I say, not as I do.
twitching towards
Yeah, a little bit
where
like
you go?
Compass, just lay it in a pool of water and it'll
There you go.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
and so the ship takes off. You guys watch as Hug puts the tub in and everything. You guys also see a little black cat just come up onto the ship and go below deck immediately. No one really knows how he gets below, or how the cat gets below deck, but it happens. Yeah, just does that cat squeeze thing that they can do?
Diablo el gato.
Don't worry, that was
Yeah, guapo.
the claw.
Oh, okay.
That's why they squoze through the gap about that big.
And then so you guys can have a moment
Okay.
as the
so-
ship starts heading towards Bleakwood.
Sorry, we'll just...
All right, come on, guys.
Maybe we're kind of leaning against the balcony, looking out over the over Terabon as it fades into the
I'm
distance.
No, I'm flying. I'm mixing up. What about Bob? I'm sailing.
Tied
As-
to the...
Victor's holding Ezra's hips.
Oh,
as
what
he's
is that
going,
thing he says about shucking corn?
Yeah. Is this corn
Is this
hand
corn hand
shucked?
shucked? Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good show. And she'll just be like, Evie, and I promise if you don't want me to ask any more, it's the last time I will. But something that was said back there, is it the will of the... Is it the choir in the Will of the Crag's connection to Nosarai that has you so upset about the idea of me recovering it? Or was it something else?
I can't say.
Right.
But you can always ask me questions.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm
And
out
you
of
can
sorts.
and you can always not answer them.
It's her middle
Thank
name's
you.
not The Secret for no reason. No, I'm not saying that. That's not. Eve, The Secret.
Eve's dropping much?
Without fear of upsetting me. That's what I meant.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad we have each other.
Me too.
Does everyone have their clothes on? We're coming in.
We're outside.
Front
Oh, we were under the deck.
Yeah, we're coming up.
We're coming up.
And as the party gathers at the bow of the ship, Terabon fading into the distance behind him, we're going to go ahead and end tonight's episode. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for a wonderful... I like tonight's episode. Everybody can get inspiration tonight. You all did very well. I'm very happy. I'm very happy.
Or already have inspiration.
He's very happy.
I'm very
I
happy.
need to use your
I
inspiration.
used mine.
I had it too. That's okay.
And that's all right. But we'll go ahead and see you next time. In the meantime, make sure you do all of the stuff that we like.
Like, subscribe.
All the stuff that we
We've got-
comment, all the stuff that we subscribe.
We got hats, we got t-shirts, we got cups, stickers,
Hoodies,
these kind of stickers.
beanies.
Yep.
Beanies, but no underwear.
Not underpants.
We,
Check our podcast out.
We don't. We go commando.
Yeah.
You should too.
And with that,
Yeah, and with that, I think that's what we're gonna call it. Good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
see you guys.